Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in.
That's why he get up top, like he belong there. And when he taking off, it's like he on air. Flying high down, like the birds do. It's all over with style, just flying over you. Don't forget the name, gang is his to claim. With your DNA, we about to change the thing. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to fly. Let's go. Get ready to fly. The best of a paper, pen and a pad of these releases, pictures of puzzle pieces, sliding to the bleachers, reaching insurmountable eyes. Reminder who will save us from the bullets we dodge. Some hit us in line, no doubt. I see the people staring all eyes, like around the image scrimmage, and I beat the facade. Now I'm flying hard, AJ, aka Lionheart, flying guard, no deny, finish what my mind starts. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to fly. Let's go. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time. Let's go. Let's go. Get ready to fly. Let's go. A-J. It's time. Everybody get ready to fly. A-J. It's time. Top to the top. Let's go. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time. Let's go. It's time. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time. Let's go. A-J. It's time. Everybody get ready to fly. A-J. It's time. Let's go. A-J. It's time. Everybody get ready to fly. A-J. It's time. Let's go. Get ready to fly. Get ready to fly. Get ready to fly. Get ready to fly.
Unscripted Kayfabe. Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even Heart Radio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe. The Unscripted Kayfabe. Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even Heart Radio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe. The Unscripted Kayfabe. Tune in to Spotify. Tune in to Apple Podcasts. Tune in to iTunes, to Apple Music, even Heart Radio. The Unscripted Kayfabe is the product that we watch. To analyze the product, to watch the product, to discourage the product, to encourage the product. When it's good, it's good. When it's bad, oh boy, we're getting a rant. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. No rumors, no dirt, oh bullshit. This is the Unscripted Kayfabe.
Welcome everybody to the Unscripted Kayfabe Crown Jewel post show. Crown Jewel post show, man. Welcome to the Unscripted Kayfabe. Crown Jewel post show. What a show this was. What I'll say basically, man. I'll say what I have to say about the show. What a show it was. What a show it was. For Crown Jewel. We're live, definitely. Are we? We are live. We are live. Yeah, we are. Shit. Fuck. Whatever. It's a great show. All I'll say. Good full review, man. The Raw review will be up. I just watched Raw. Quite to check shit, man, huh? Let's watch Raw, but nonetheless, let's kick it off for Crown Jewel. What should we talk about? The roller coaster is no longer undefeated. That's a definite thing to talk about on the show. Roller coaster is no longer undefeated. No longer is he Super Cody, really, is he? Even a top rope crossroads couldn't get the job done. Man. Top road crossroads couldn't get the job done. It says a lot. It says a lot to the show and whatever we're talking about again. At Crossroads, top rope maneuver couldn't get the job done, but that's what it is. It's part of the fucking gig, I guess, for Cody. The roller coaster tried whatever he could. At the end, this is what I'll pick it up right here. Story being told. Seth said, fuck it. I'm gonna hit him with a watch. to end this whole BS friendship that in his mind he thinks he has had with him, basically. Put Cody out of my fucking life. Betray him, whatever, stab him in the back by punching him with his own fucking Rolex that he gave me. So I do like the aspect of story there, definitely. I do. There's a lot of good aspect of story there. A lot of good aspect of story of him getting his face punched in basically by the watch that he gave to Seth. You know, if you look at weeks to week builds of Seth for looking at the watch and you're like, hey, what's gonna be the case? What's gonna happen? What's the mano? What is the fucking goal for that? I don't know. I mean, why is he looking at the watch all the time? He's looking at the watch. He's looking that Cody gives him to what he is belittling him. That's a way to think, definitely. That's definitely a way to think that if he thinks that Cody's belittling him when he's looking at that fucking watch. But also, maybe it's his time. It's just the aspect of the time moving on now. The time being more real to now both Seth and also Cody. Your guys' time is up now, basically. Your guys' time is up now. And you guys are not in a position to, I mean, justify what the fuck's gonna happen. That's what you can expect it to be, basically. You can expect it to be quite like that, what I'll say. You can expect it to be what it is, basically. That your time's up. You're done. You're washed. You're fucking done. You're done, bro. Your time's up. The aspect of time and the watch, maybe. You know, Seth kept on looking at the watch again. I'm saying again, but yeah, maybe it's just like the time's ticking for both of them. The time is ticking for both of them, basically. Time is ticking for both of them. That right here, man, is definitely quite story. Quite story right there, definitely. Quite story, definitely. Holy shit, what the hell am I talking about? Yeah, it was just what I was saying was yeah, quite the story definitely between them. Gives you the understanding of hmm, what's gonna happen? I mean, Cody and Seth, what's gonna happen with them? What's this whole fucking narrative out here? Anyways, tells you a lot of story, huh? Definitely tells you a lot to tell with this story. It does. That's quite the thing that people work to get, basically, story out here. Definitely. That's quite the thing people work to get is story. Seth and Cody definitely tell you that the whole it's kind of out of it again. The whole time thing, the aspect of it, the I don't have a fucking watch with me, but just doing you a case here. The whole aspect of time and story and just the aspect of the watch, the whole aspect of it, basically. It gives you a different look into, hey, the time's ticking for us, or for Seth, it's the time's ticking, and he already knew his fucking time was up, kind of like that. Which we're not here to talk about Monday Night Raw. Let me make that fucking clear. The moderator will be definitely ask the moderator set up for that. We're definitely not here to talk about Monday Night Raw. We're not. Make that 100% clear? I hope so. That will be enough for the moderator. Definitely. Yeah, we're not here to talk about that, but still, the aspect of time ticking for Seth, for Cody, both of them. Rollins is looking at time, basically, the aspect of it. Or either, yes, because he's like, oh, that's kind of like belittling to Rollins. It's kind of belittling for Seth, basically. It's kind of belittling over Rollins, basically. It's kind of belittling over Rollins in a lot of forms, if you understand the aspect of it. It's belittling Rollins in terms of, hey, we're not like how could you like do you think you're better than me? And again, Seth kept on going with that. Do you think in your honest opinion, Cody, do you think you're better than me? Do you think You think, in your honest, humble opinion, Cody, you think you're better than me. Seth feeling bitter and like Cody's trying to, give him the little brother treatment, I would say, but not really, but still give him the second place treatment. Hey, like you're giving him the fucking, that's what Seth thinks of the watch. It's another way Seth thinks the watch. He thinks that Cody's trying to say, hey, I'm better than you, but I still care about you, so there you go. And Seth is not going to be taking that because Seth is taking a stand for it. He's like, no, fuck you, Cody. I'm here to take the spot away from you and lead the revolution into the future with a fucking vision, basically. And who else? It goes through Seth's vision. The first promo they did after WrestlePalooza. I mean, how fucking clear would have been to a lot of people to understand where the fuck are we going here? So that's what it was, definitely. But again, overall, it was a great match, definitely. And again, as I said, Seth hitting Cody Rhodes with the watch, hitting him right in the jaw with the watch, betraying that trust, taking that watch and betraying that trust and saying that, hey, I'm not gonna let the past keep on going. We're moving into the future, moving into a different vision. You're not in the part of my vision. You're not in the part of the vision. You're not part in the part of the vision that I have planned. You were the past, Cody. Again, it's so hypocritical for Seth to bring up the past again, but still, whatever. So, hit him with a fucking watch and just basically saying, fuck you, you're done, and I'm done with you. I'm done with Cody Rhodes. I'm done with your vision. I'm done with your whole fucking the championship QB1 shit. You're not my friend. Fuck you. I'm the top guy, basically. I'm the guy. You're not the guy. I'm the guy. And fuck you. Fuck our friendship. Our friendship burns in hell. That's what Seth did with that fucking watch, basically. He betrayed Cody, punched him with his own fucking gift that he gave him. And just fucking, that was kind of like the little stab into Cody. I'll say the referee going down is quite fucking comical, really. It is. Because you see the fucking refs going down all the fucking time. It's like, can we not just maybe not do the ref bump, really? Oh, it was not as bad. It was under fucking Vince, but still. Can we not just do the ref bumps, maybe? I don't know. That's what I would think. But nonetheless, we can't do the ref bumps. We can't do the fucking ref bumps. Yeah, that's just something critique, but we can move on from that. And again, now, and Seth, I mean, it took a little while. I have a little critique for the match. The ending, just okay, really kind of made it sure to us that Seth was gonna win. Maybe could have done it a bit better at the end. I don't know. It just felt a bit slow. It felt like, oh my god, they just basically fucking slowed the fuck down, man. They slowed down so much that it felt like, okay, are we just getting to the ending in slow motion at that point? Just a critique from the fucking thing, I would say. Are we getting into the ending for being slow? Are we getting the ending for being really slow now? A critique I would give, and a critique that's definitely worth to give. You can't argue with me that that's not a critique that you won't give to this shit. You would. It's like it just really slowed down, and it just felt like we're in some fucking slow motion at the end of a movie or the end of a fucking episode. Like, can wrap it up. Like, maybe a little more quick, sudden stomp or something. The stomp and then the pin, the whole setting up over the top, and then when he lands the fucking you're like, oh, Cody's gonna kick out. For a lot of people, it might have been shocking. Oh, Super Cody wasn't Super Cody tonight, was he? He wasn't Cody. Cody Sane, whatever the fuck it is. You know those kids memes out there, basically. Super Saiyan. He's in fucking Cody Rhodes Super Saiyan, whatever. He's Cody Saiyan. Fucking Cody Goku, whatever the fuck he is. How Super Cody he becomes eventually. And how it takes fucking, I don't know how many crossroads or how many fucking moves to basically beat Cody. But for some people, it was definitely shocking for what it was, basically. For some people, it was shocking. For some people, it was like, hey, I'm kind of shocked at it. I'm kind of shocked that they went with this. I didn't really expect it. You know, I didn't really expect them to go with this, but hey, they did. So good on them. Good on them. They they did, and it's really good on them. They did. You don't expect to see shit like that, definitely, but at the end of the fucking day, man, you do get to see it. But I don't know why we had to see it. That's just my question. Really, slow motion or something. I would have produced it a little bit different at the end. I don't know. It's just my idea of the match and how I feel about it. Definitely, we're gonna go over the match eventually with the fucking review we're going to be here about talking about on the show. Yes, you got a TNA show or TNA review that'll be coming up. Don't you fucking wait about that, man. That'll be coming out definitely. Definitely covering TNA because TNA, man, they fucking killed it. I was live for that. I was definitely live for TNA. TNA live stream was live reaction. I did that. I mean, I don't know much live reactions, but I've not done live reactions in a fucking while. So TNA's live reactions, Bound for Glory. I mean, I saw the support for that. So, and it got. I was like, okay, I'm gonna say what it was, but more traction than fucking AEW did, which I'm usually more of a. Usually, I put out stuff about AEW. Definitely, I'm more on putting up stuff about AEW, more likely. But nonetheless, I'm putting on stuff about AEW, but we're not here to talk about AEW. We might mention a little something about it, but I don't think I really want to say nothing to say about AEW at this point. AEW doesn't really, fucking work my appetite right now in terms of putting a show. I can talk about one thing about AEW. We got top of the hour, 30 minutes going right now. 30 minutes. So top of the hour for that. Top of the half an hour, not top of the hour, but half an hour at least. We can go over something about AEW, but again, as I said, it's a great time to see the live reactions. It's a great live stream. It was. For TNA Bound for Glory, I did live reactions. It was quite fun. I mean, it's the hot thing. TNA feels more hotter than AEW at this point. It does. AEW can fucking cry because they don't. And the ratings are showing it more and more. I'm not gonna fucking put the ratings aside. It shows. This is not an AEW show, so we're not here gonna get about the whole discussion with that. Because that is gonna be discussed on Dynamite coming up. 3 hour I'll give you that. 3 hour special collision, huh? Quite interesting, man. Quite the interesting aspect of the show. 3 hour special collision show, whatever that is. Quite intriguing, is it? Yeah, it's gonna be quite intriguing. 3 hour collision. Or 3 hour dynamite. Choose what the fuck you want to choose. I'll give you what you want. I'll give you that. AEW put out a happy birthday Don Callis clip out there, and that was quite entertaining. I'll give you that. That's the best thing I've seen. That might be have more me intrigued to actually care about the fucking Don Callis family. Like, I don't give two fucking shits about them, really. I don't. So that was intriguing to see. The Don Callis family, definitely. And what's going on with that? With the whole, I said I just don't really care about the Don Callis family. I don't, because you have fucking bunch of jobbers and Josh Alexander, who is a legit fucking jobber. Track his fucking pinfalls, basically. The dude can't win a match. He's unbooked to win basically majority of his matches. I don't know why he signed. I know why he signed. I'm not gonna go over that because this is not the place we do it. We don't do it here. Like, we don't talk about fucking. Well, you know why? It's money, but we're not gonna go over that. But still, again, I don't know why he signed for unless his fucking creative is not being booked well. He is a joke. He loses majority of his matches. It's like I really expected Tony Khan to really think something cool about fucking Josh Alexander, because Josh Alexander was great, man, at TNA. I mean, possibly was the face of fucking TNA for a while. I think he had a great program with Bully Ray. Got great heat on Bully Ray. Bully Ray is fucking great. He's a bully. Bubba Ray Dudley, whatever you want to call him. Bubba Ray Dudley. Bully Ray. Doesn't matter. But great heat for him, and just the way he put over Josh Alexander, I think was great to me. Definitely hard to kill. So I remember Josh Alexander quite being a star in TNA. An Impact at that time, I would say. But again, Josh Alexander was quite in a good position. He was booked as a top tier talent. As he moved to, I absolutely thought Tony Khan is going to push him, and he's going to be one of their main event guys. Oh boy, I was so fucking wrong. Oh boy, I fucking, I feel like I want to legit, I don't know, doubt. I mean, I don't know if I predict anything about AEW. I mean, I hope Tony really cares about the show, but no, he doesn't. I know that. He doesn't care about his own show. He doesn't care about his talent and pushing his talent, really. That is just wishful fucking thing. It's like you're living in fucking Vince McMahon fantasy land dream now. You expect Tony Khan to care whatever you want, really? Or you want Josh Alexander to be pushed? Do you think he's going to be pushed? I do want Josh Alexander to be in a top tier position in AEW, but I think he is not, sadly. He's a fucking jobber. But again, that's why I just don't care about the Don Callis family. I don't. They're a bunch of there's henchmen. They're fucking jobbers. You got Rocky Romero, who means nothing to the fucking faction. I don't know why he's there. He was with the Bucks weirdly. It's like, what is the thing here, basically? What is the game here for the show? Yeah, I don't really care about the Don Callis family. It's hard to care. Bunch of jobbers. Bunch of no has-beens, really, at the end of the day. It is a sad scene for AEW, but that's the case. That's how they book their fucking talent, I guess. But this segment between this clip between the happy birthday clip that Don Callis had, man, I was quite sports entertained. And if I get to see more about more personality and them more hanging out and just being more of a family, the Don Callis family, I would start to fucking care about this shit. Instead of just giving me wrestling matches for the sake of wrestling matches, or because this is where the best wrestle. No, I don't care about that. I don't. I want character work. I want story. I don't care about great wrestling matches. I've seen plenty of those. And I'm so fucking immune to them at this point that you're not going to make me care about them anyways. AEW can put up a great wrestling match. I don't care about it, bro. I don't. For a faction, you need to see backstage segments. If they're a family, they got to be a fucking family. Show family segments, of like family segments, how family acts and how families are, and how the Don Callis family celebrates. The Don Callis family goes to this fucking restaurant or this fucking cafe or this hotel, casino, whatever. I don't know. They go out to a strippers club. I don't know. AEW is basically TV 14, right? It works for them. I mean, it's not for WWE that they would to understand that, but AEW is TV 14 for people 14 plus ages at least. So I fucking wouldn't mind that at all, really. You know, them really hanging out at a fucking strippers club or fucking at a bar or at a casino, fucking winning jackpots or what you call it, strip poker. Doesn't matter. I mean, you're AEW, right? You're AEW. You present yourself as being AEW. The product you put out is not family friendly. Let burst that to Tony's fucking head, basically. That is not a family friendly product at all. You are AEW at the end of the day. Maybe you need to put out a product. If you are and you're putting out a product that's TV 14, you cannot say you're family friendly. Your prices are family friendly. They're not. The fucking shit you do on your shows, I will not say they're all family friendly. We know what the fuck happened with that Tony Storm situation. Tony Storm and Sky Blue. Holy shit, that was. You think that's family friendly? Man, get the fuck out of here. You want to show? You want to go to with a 10-year-old to that fucking show? I mean, he's not gonna get it. It's not okay for him to see something like that, or even like I don't know, younger basically, or even a little older, 12. It doesn't matter. AEW ain't family friendly. There are more family convenient to the prices, but you cannot call yourself family friendly. That is a fucking determinant to your show because you're not. So again, my point exactly. Maybe do something more raunchy and fucking, you know, give the more real feel. Give it more of a edgy feel. An edgy. You already have the rating of TV 14, where you can be really more edgy and be more, you know, not so PG like WWE is with a lot of their shit. Basically, you have a lot of leeway and freedom into that. Maybe give us segments with the. You have built this entire fucking family with the Dogcast family. Maybe give us segments that we can care about. Maybe give us segments that we would like to see. Maybe some intriguing, funny segments with the Dogcast family. We get to see some shit like the Dogcast family. Basically, I run all over Dogcast family. Crazy man. We're gonna be starting 40-minute time top of the hour, basically. Whatever, nonetheless. But give us segments like that. Give us segments that we can fucking care about. Give us like them going to a strip club, them fucking hanging out as a family, backstage segments. Get them going to a casino, them going to a casino hotel, them going playing strip poker with some hookers or some fucking prostitutes. I don't know. Hire somebody. I mean, WWE did this back in when they were not PG, definitely. You know, the APA and whatever the fuck they did back then. So the Attitude Era, maybe just hire somebody. Maybe that would intrigue me to your shows. Maybe have a family like more. You can do stuff like that definitely with AEW and the product they give out, which is not family friendly. It's not. You can tell me John Moxley's fucking getting burnt alive basically, and Darby Allin's the shit he's saying. That ain't family friendly shit, bro. And that's not good shit either. We are not gonna be going over AEW television. AEW television is for Dynamite, for Collision, which will be coming up a few days from now. Dynamite and Collision. Definitely top of the hour for that. Definitely. Dynamite and Collision. I mean, definitely Dynamite and Collision are top of the hour for that. But as I said, maybe give us segments like that, like them going to a stripper club, them going to a fucking playing strip poker with some hookers and fucking prostitutes. Like, give me more maybe raunchy. I don't know, just more wild segments. Maybe just more them being the Don Callis family they are. Them going to a strip club. Them going to a fucking hotel casino. Them basically going to a fine ass fancy restaurant. They're having some great wine there and some great. Produce it like that. Produce segments like that, and really say, oh, the Don Callis family. I would actually be intrigued in the family more. because all they do is fucking wrestle, which I don't care about at the end of the day. I want more personality. I want more personality. I don't want just you wrestle out there. If you just wrestle out there, that's not personality enough. That's not showing off yourself and showing what you are. I want more personality. So some raunchy segments like going to a strip club, going to fucking playing strip poker, or going to a hotel casino. It is stuff like that that might be intrigued in watching for AEW. I'm going to be going over that definitely. This is what I want to see, and I hope AEW can listen to this if they even fucking see my streams. I don't care about that really, but come on. Moving on. So TNA did a great fucking show. Nonetheless, it was a great time to see Bound for Glory. TNA seems more hotter than AEW. They generally do. They generally seem more fucking hotter than AEW do. I would be more intrigued by the aspect of it if I care about it, but no. Anyways, moving on to the Cody and Seth match. So again, as I said, the story lined up for again the way they did it. It was slow, but again they went over it and Seth won basically. But again, back to the match. And the match was pretty damn great. I mean, it was pretty damn great storytelling. Sorry for that. Seth basically not being okay. Seth not being okay, I would say, for a lot of reasons, which I won't say really. Seth not being okay for so many reasons, with a lot of shit, basically. Seth being not okay with a lot of shit. Seth, and not really losing because back to points that were made to him by his oracle that, bro, if you lose, dude, if you lose, you're done. You're fucking done. You will be left beside and your fucking vision, and you will lose the respect of Bronson, and you'll lose me. And I'll think, why the hell did I even fucking join you in the first place? Whatever you built in its Netflix era after WrestleMania, that goes all the way. You lose the respect of the locker room. So it was really important, and you could see in within Seth that he had to win. So this was a great match. Definitely, it was a great match. Honestly, I would give it a fucking 5-star match, but in terms of everything about it, but the ending just kind of slowed it down for me, but quite too much. It really fucking made it too slow for me really to care about it. But that's just my critique on it, which I do like to put on my critiques on this shit basically. We don't run with tribalism here, man. We critique all the products, which I mean, and definitely got to critique something here. It's something it slowed down to a slow motion speed. It's like I'm fucking watching a movie. I'm like watching a movie or I'm watching the end of a movie, or end of a fucking episode that's just too slow and it's not ending. It's like we know the finish, get to it. And when they got the finish, I won't say it was as bad as Triple H pinning Booker T at WrestleMania 19. For a lot of fans, that's a fucking detriment to what that was and how slow motion that was. And there was no reason for Booker T to lose in the first place. We don't need to go over that. That fucking angle is still controversial. And Booker T ends up defending it. I don't know why he does. Maybe it's just fucking don't want to get heat for Triple H and Shawn Michaels, I guess. Or doesn't want to lose his fucking job in the WWE. I don't know. I mean, the guy is fucking running the company. Triple H has a lot of leeway in a lot of stuff. In leeway in cutting talent. You don't think, really? Triple H has a lot of fucking leeway in cutting talent. He tells which talent we need to cut. Who he doesn't see going anywhere, basically. Sadly, so that's the fucking case, man. He doesn't see those talent going anywhere, basically. That's another sad situation. We aren't going to get over that, but still, Triple H is all the fucking responsible. So Booker T was not going to go over that. But again, I'm going back to this. It was a great match nonetheless. It was a great match. Not all perfect. Could have been a perfect way to end it. Could have been the. It was not all perfect. It was a great match. It was an awesome match. I won't say it was a great match. It's an awesome match. It's an awesome match. It was. Moving on. We got Cena. I'm gonna go over to two women's matches for a bit. I think the ladies fucking showed out because they're great, and women's wrestling is better than ever it's ever been. I'll keep on talking about how great women's professional wrestling is this year. Over in AEW, over in fucking indies, maybe. Women's wrestling in a mainstream level, what I'm talking about on the indies really, on a mainstream fucking level, has been nothing but fucking great. The way the women are being showcased, and I really hoped that maybe the women should have gotten the spot at Revolution. We're talking about Mariah May and Toni Storm here on AEW Revolution this past year, but it's again what you can fucking hope at the end of the day. You can't just you can just hope it at you just can hope that at the end of the day it's what's not going to happen though. They had pinned it for being Moxley and um, Copeland, Edge, which I don't really mind, really. Respectively, I don't, but it fucking sucked. Let's be real. So, real love that women are getting a lot of spot. The women's professional wrestling is top notch, the best pro wrestling in 2025. I mean, if you're not, then you're a fucking sexist at the end of the day, and you are basically a guy who's not over the raunchy and the fucking stripping and basically over the tops getting pulled off and fucking women showing their asses off, which slightly they still do that to show off that sex appeal a little bit because it makes them more real and like sure they do that. Liv Morgan did it a lot recently, so Tiffany does it a little bit too. Let's be real. So I'm just giving you a fucking fact here that people, a lot of those people who really don't understand that, a lot of people who don't go over that, a lot of people who don't get the fact that women's wrestling is that. I mean, so great. I mean, again, being sexist and being just basically either not being over the whole raunchy and attitude era like or ruthless aggression era like fucking eye candy segments of Trish Stratus or Lita or fuck whoever. Sable, Tori, Kelly, I can keep on going on. Gio Giovanni something. Jovi Giovanni, I don't know what the fuck her name was. Forget her name basically. But again, so many women, basically Christy Hemme, they're fucking ton of women. Majority of these women, again, as I said, were relegated to by Vince and Bruce and the fucking creative out there. In the times, again, I get the idea the times were different back then. I get the whole notion, yeah, the times were different back then. But, yeah, I really feel bad for Ashley Massaro. That's a fucking case. That's another fucking case that we don't even get over with, basically. That basically kills me to even talk about that. Which we're not going to talk about that, please. Because, yeah, we can raise our opinions about it, but because it goes into fucking Stephanie McMahon, really, and her, who's the one who told her to stay hush about the situation, whatever happened. We're not going to go over this. This gets into a fucking different conversation. But the fact is, women were treated as eye candy, fucking, sex objects on TV, just ripping off the tops, showing their asses off, and shit like that. Sure, that pops you for being an Attitude Era fan or Ruthless Aggression fan. We live in a time where that's not deemable to a lot of, little girls out there at all. Absolutely not. And you got fucking OFs starting up right now. Imagine getting a fucking role model from that. Legit talking about that. It's crazy how OF is fucking going everywhere. But nonetheless, it's if you don't like women's pro wrestling, man, either you're a sexist or either you are definitely not over the whole aspect of women stripping and fucking showing off their asses, tits, whatever, and showing off their body in pro wrestling, and a pro wrestling show, which should be centered, focused on the aspect of professional wrestling, not stripping and fucking showing off their body. Let's be real. That's how it should be. So again, great year for women's pro wrestling. It's top notch. Great matches. They are definitely the best. Honestly, you want to ask me, give you a fucking hot take out there. The match with Bianca, Rhea, and Asuka and Io, sorry, was in my opinion, that's my favorite match of the year. You talk about in-ring quality, you talk about just greatness, legit greatness out there in that match. That is the WrestleMania. That might not be just the match of WrestleMania. That might be the match of not just the weekend. That might be the match of the fucking year for me, basically. That's gonna be nominated for me definitely. And that's a women's wrestling match. Determined to how important women's professional wrestling is now. And if you don't like it, I guess you're sexist or one back to the whole you like them to strip, which is they're not gonna, which we live in a different time period. You're not gonna go back to 2000 early 2000s or mid 2000s or fucking 90s, late 90s, or just the 90s. Times change. Great year for women's wrestling. Solid match between Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. What a great fucking elevation out there, man. Great to see Rhea kill it like she does. Great to see Rhea really kill it in that role that she's great at. Rhea Ripley's fucking fantastic. Not gonna take that away from her. The heels come out there, Asuka and Io, who get quite the heat they do. And then you get a lot of interesting chants like Asuka's a shit cut. The match was pretty damn solid. Was pretty solid. Quite a great showcase. Quite entertaining. Quite based on Kairi Sane and Asuka really demanding and whatever she fucking wants, and Asuka really being the evil Asuka that she is. Quite story told with that, with the whole Kairi situation, with that basically, and again Io for past being, but still quite a determined to the show, man. Quite determined to the show. Quite determined to the show, meaning just like it's fucking Rhea Ripley out there in her prime, or she's still in her prime. Yeah, definitely. And she doesn't need a women's world championship to prove that she's fucking great. She's a megastar. She can go anywhere and she's gonna get the fucking loudest reactions of the night. That's why I say women's pro wrestling is just so hot. Right now it is more women's pro wrestling is given more love and care, candor take to it basically. In AEW, not so much. Not so much, sadly. Should be. I really hoped that the Mariah May and Toni Storm match could really elevate stuff for the AEW men's division. Well, that ain't the case. We know what's going on with Mercedes. We're not gonna go over that. Again, pretty solid ass match, man. Pretty solid, great match here. Banging match. It was quite the story build with Asuka, evil Asuka, the whole gimmick that Asuka has and the whole presentation Asuka has, which is a great fucking presentation at the end of the day. It is a great presentation for people to generally connect with, of being, a bully or being a gaslight or being trying to say, that I brought you here. You're nothing here. You're nothing without me. Without me, you don't exist. Without me, you don't come to WWE. Without me, you don't come to this company. I made you who you are. You're nothing without me. Belittling somebody, which is basically everyday. It's a relatable a day-to-day life situation for everybody in this fucking planet. That belittling somebody is something, just a genuine emotion like that can connect with you. So Love what they're doing with Evil Asuka and how they're eventually Kairi's gonna turn on her, or when that turn is gonna come, it's gonna be huge. That pop's gonna be huge. They really built that whole Otis and Chad Gable thing they were doing, which was fucking incredible. They were creatively doing great with that. I don't know what the fuck they did with that, basically. We got no payoff from that. We didn't, sadly. Otis didn't get into a good position. Nothing happened really. Chad Gable, not so much. Fucking feuded with the Wyatt Six. It's like we didn't get much from that, nonetheless, but still. Moving on. What is there more determined to the show tonight? Again, as I said, great evil Asuka, general emotion that people really intrigue and connect with, because again, belittling somebody, talking shit about them, saying that hey, without me, you're not here. Without me, you don't exist. Without me, you don't get to succeed in the WWE. Without me, you don't get to exist in this fucking company. That's just more of a raw, genuine emotion, because everybody in the job, in their job, in their day-to-day life, feels this way. They do. They feel this way. They feel this way every time. It's more of a genuine, raw emotion connected in a pro wrestling storyline, which will bring up a raw general emotion from the audience and from the people who are watching at home, fans basically. So I like that. Definitely, Evil Asuka is great. Love to see more about it. We're gonna talk about Monday Night Raw on the review coming up, which will be live definitely today. We're gonna be going live for that today. It's Tuesday. Yeah, definitely. We're definitely gonna be going live for that today. But nonetheless, it's great to talk about that. And then let's talk about Io and not Io, fucking Io and Stephanie had a great match. But the match I'm gonna talk about Tiffany and Stephanie, which was again a damn good match, not a great match. I wouldn't say not a great match. It was an awesome match. It was an awesome match. Io and Stephanie. It's an awesome match, definitely. Story wasn't as much there into it, really. Let's be real. But again, the aspect of wrestling was awesome in it. But this was a okay. This was a good to great match, maybe really good match between Tiffany and Stephanie, which did not go as long again because it wouldn't be making any sense of it, because you had absolutely no fucking emotion showed in between these women, and you basically showed no emotion, and you basically gave us one of the most worst contract signings I've ever fucking seen. Contract signings with no emotion that gives you like, okay, oh, they don't generally have any issue with it. Okay, I mean, I don't really care about as much story in this match. It's just about I just want to see them wrestle at this point. So, yes, I know that if they were in fucking AEW, they had to go 30 minutes for this shit. It's just in case you determine that WWE knows better here. And they're not going to let them go out there for fucking 30 minutes to prove that, oh, story doesn't matter. No, it does matter. It does matter. Kyle Fletcher and Adam Page wasn't built that great. Wasn't built to its peak. And again, was quite rushed with Wardlow's situation at the end of the day. You don't know about that, really. We don't know much about the whole Wardlow situation coming up. Wardlow situation, is quite intriguing and really interesting. It's quite hilarious. It's like, was he really injured? He came back after a year and a half, basically 18 months nearly. Ran the ropes, tore his tricep, right? I think tore his shoulder out basically. His pec area, his shoulder area, basically tore that area out, and it was quite bad for him. So that's what we found out from that situation. But again, that's more not known. I can absolutely be Wardlow saying, "Fuck this! I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna lose to Adam Page." That's what you got from me? You want me to lose to Adam Page? For what reason? What's the point of this? So there was no fucking storyline really going into Kyle Fletcher, and they really tried to build it at the end, but I mean, at this point, you're really trying to get some raw, genuine emotion from a fucking crowd. Maybe you're not gonna get that. You're not gonna get this great story because you maybe needs more time and layers of building. That's why they had him go fucking 40 minutes, 40 minutes basically to put up a great match to shut the naysayers out there who were critics about the match, which I am one of them definitely. Which I'm not gonna shut the fuck up. I'm not. You can't fucking say the other thing and just say, hey, we're gonna have a great match. We're gonna let them go 40 minutes and just maybe the fucking story. You kind of bury the story. I guess I don't know. But you did kind of build. That match definitely didn't need to go fucking 40 minutes. You needed to go like 20 minutes tops. And this EO and EO again, fucking EO. Stephanie and Tiffany Stratton match definitely went 10 minutes again, which was not as much story built into it, and they had them go and just show off a great match like the other place does. So kudos to WWE on that, definitely. Kudos to the product, and kudos to them. Kudos to creative for WWE basically on that. You don't need to build something that it's not that really. You don't need to build a match. You don't need to put a match out there for fucking 50 minutes or 40 minutes. That I know AEW would definitely have no problem doing. Again, it's a great match. Quite smooth, here and there. Tiffany's a great pro wrestler, really. Tiffany's gear looked fucking great, gotta say. She looked damn good in that gear. I mean, she looked good. Stephanie always looks good. I mean, you already know that. But still, again, great looks and, again, great grabs. Good to great grabs, I'll say. Not I won't say great grabs, but good to great grabs in a professional wrestling ring. Cena and Styles, man. Cena and Styles. I'm going to play something right here. Definitely for you guys to maybe notice. So we can get into this.
Get ready to fly. The path and pay for it. That's why he get up top, like he belong there. And when he taking off, it's like he own air. Flying high down, like the birds do. It's all over with Styles flying over you.
Anyways, we're back at it. We're back at it, basically. But nonetheless. Man, I don't know why I know why we didn't hear this team. I know why. AJ is not a big fan of this team. And luckily he was in TNA, so they played it for him over there. But you could really wish, because AJ came out there with his WWE gear basically. AJ came out there with not his WWE gear, in his TNA gear basically. AJ came out there looking fucking great as he does. He's always doing great shit. He always looks great at the end of the day. AJ came out there basically looking great as he does. Always. It's fucking AJ Styles at the end of the day. I mean, you would not be looking at that and saying, hey, no, it's not great. The CFO's phenomenal team that he has. Which was actually written for fucking James Storm, I believe. James Storm, it was written for. Storm chose not to join NXT at that time because of the pay cut of some sorts. the pay cut that he was not willing to accept from Triple H or some sorts, or I guess Paul Levesque was just not. So that's what James Storm has really ended up telling us about the whole situation. But this team was made for James Storm. I mean, they definitely had plans for him to be on the show. Anyways, James Storm didn't get the team. AJ did, and again, it's great that AJ has had the team for as long as he has had the team basically, but there's something about his TNA look, man. There's something about his TNA look. He comes out with the TNA gear, but again, you have to question yourself. Hey, hey, man. He really brought that TNA versus WWE feel. That the TNA AJ Styles versus WWE feel. Maybe he would have just given us the idea of that, but maybe he should have just given us the fucking thing, basically. Basically, TNA's AJ Styles, maybe wrestling the whole TNA style this time. Which, he was quite wrestling like that. We had in a while since you've seen AJ wrestle quite fast. You don't see that as much from AJ. He's quite slowed down over time. Every single year seems to be fucking slowing down. I think more anything determined to do that match definitely tells you about the set than Rollins and AJ Styles match for the World Heavyweight Championship at Night of Champions a couple of years back. I want to say almost a few years ago, but still. It tells you a lot to the aspect of it. It tells you a lot to the story of it. So definitely for me, that was, you know, quite quite intriguing, man. It was quite intriguing that they had AJ, come out there without his song, without his TNA song. It's like, I get it, I do. Maybe he should have just. I guess he was also not really interested in asking them, hey, maybe we gotta get the whole TNA music, though, because he doesn't really like his TNA music. If you've seen his interview with Chris Van Vliet, you better fucking know that he has already mentioned it, that I don't like my TNA song. I don't. I've heard it for so long that I just don't care about it. He basically ended up saying that I don't care about my TNA music. I don't. So I could have sensed maybe that's being quite the reason. But honestly, if I would ask, the only critique I would have for this match is that basically. I mean, you really had AJ Styles wearing his fucking TNA gear. Maybe just have the whole TNA music too. Maybe really make it TNA's AJ Styles versus WWE's John Cena. The fucking dream match that people wanted back in 2010. And then basically people were salivating on TNA's AJ Styles versus WWE's John Cena. So, cool thing to see, man. Definitely. Definitely a cool thing to see that he was wearing his TNA gear, but I wish he had music. But as we know, he's not a big fan of the song. He's mentioned it many times in Chris Van Vliet now at this point. He and obviously they played the song for him basically on TNA Slammiversary, which just made sense to him to walk out with the TNA Slammiversary, which made sense for that show. But honestly, I think he was also not pushing for it because he does not really like to listen to that song. He doesn't. So yeah, Age is not a big fan of his own theme song, really. Well, it's just again a fucking great song, which is you are, you are. You get that, you are, I am, I am. I mean, I put it out there in the fucking what do you call this? The crown jewels to write back or be right to crown or the fuck you call it, but in our intro, how we started off the fucking thing, I put it out there basically. You know, before we went unscripted kayfabe, we were alive for that definitely. But as I said, that was just only one critique I got from that thing. More on to that basically. We're not gonna be mentioning as much as we have. One more critique to that fucking thing, I would say, but it's fine. It doesn't really bother me, but just saying, maybe he should have just come with his TNA music. I'm gonna say he's not a huge fan of his own music. And you hear that, you are, you are. Imagine hearing that, I am, I am. Imagine hearing the fucking crowd singing it in Australia. where they were holding Crown Jewel. Imagine that. Just because they were gonna fucking sing. They were gonna sing. They knew it. They definitely knew it. We got a TNA chant. You don't expect it they were gonna sing as you are, I am fucking song. They were gonna. They were gonna definitely sing it. So that's the only critique I have for that match. The AJ Styles entrance, which was great, but again, could have been awesome with. It could be fucking perfect if you had his TNA music playing. I don't care. I don't care. He really likes the song. I don't fucking care. Randy Orton doesn't like his own song. I guess Randy Orton is quite older now, and that song is meant for a young Randy Orton. I get it. But AJ Styles, this is what he fucking meant for TNA. A lot of people really remember this AJ Styles being the best AJ Styles, and just AJ Styles goated at that time. Sure, Bullet Club definitely, but overall, that's my takes on it basically. So, anyways, Cena comes out. And John Cena, man, he's out there and he's looking like just emotional in some ways, and he's looking at the fucking sea of crowd with yellow T-shirts, which were, oh my god, it felt like a fucking Australian kangaroo shit going on. I don't know what was going on. Basically, an Australian fucking flag was, or a country design was made inside the fucking RAC Arena in Perth. It's quite the sight to see. Like, imagine how much money Cena made on this show. Because, goddamn, I mean, obviously I get the aspect of his name being attached to Hollywood, which he pays WWE for, but still, imagine how much fucking money he made for this. I mean, Stone Cold even. I mean, even Brian Alvarez, which I don't fucking agree with the guy as much in a lot of things, really. But even he was like, it's fucking, so top tier. Like, even Austin couldn't sell out, which, yeah, Austin, Austin, like, sold out, but Austin couldn't, like, they were not Austin 316 shirts every fucking where in the like, basically in the complete arena. So Cena had this fully yellow, like, yellow look, and the whole yellow T-shirts and the yellow. They were basically yellow pods, and like basically all the yellow, or the fucking seal yellow, basically. A lot of, like, many, like, the majority of the arena was wearing those T-shirts, man. Absolutely bigger than Austin 316. It gives you how much power that Cena has. Again, probably been made ton loads of fucking money with that merch. Definitely did. Moving on. So Cena comes out. He does his old shtick, runs the fucking ropes, runs the thing, does his greatest hits, does the fucking move, and then we see the bell ring, and then Cena gives the how he does the greatest of all time intro, basically, as you know. How would I do it? Like this, yeah. The greatest of all time intro that he does for himself, or has gotten for himself. Even though, I mean, it was more of a heel thing, he started doing it from, basically, him being more of a heel at that time, and how heelish he was doing his shtick, basically. So he did that whole greatest of all time thing, and he pointed two fingers to the announcer, or the what was it called, her? She's an announcer, right? Anyways, and she to what's her name again? Alicia Taylor. He announced points to Alicia Taylor, which I was like, wait, what? Shouldn't Mark Nash be on Cena's fucking call? I guess not. Alicia Taylor is quite taken. Alicia Taylor is quite taking the Samantha Irvin role in terms of being the female lead on the show. But I guess that's the case, you know. But Alicia Taylor again, it says he's the never seen 17. We get that whole John Cena fucking vibe that he's always been getting into since he turned heel. A lot of his moves around that, basically, and a lot of things basically around that fucking thing of him being the never seen 17. The good old shtick from Cena that we've been getting as him when he fucking turned heel in the first place this year. But still, it's great to see. Then eventually he actually gives her a note, and he says her to wait. And then she says, in my honor of being my opponent tonight, he personifies the absolute meaning of total non-stop action. TNA mentioned definitely. And the rightful owner and the undisputed boss of the Bullet Club, which was like, you definitely, I mean, you would probably see a lot of people out there in fucking, I mean, Twitter or X or what the fuck you want to call it, basically saying, it's Kenny Omega, it's Kenny Omega, it's always been Kenny. I mean, come on, they would, Twitter's gonna say, keep on saying, it's Kenny Omega. Somebody will say, hey, it's AJ, it's David, whatever. There'll be fucking hot takes out there saying it's Jay White, of all people. Sure, it's whatever the fuck you want to think, whoever it is. So, the undisputed boss of the Bullet Club is AJ Styles. It's a great mention from Cena, and who, in my honor, will be my last. Who would, in my honor, would be the last guy to retire me, or like. I would like to see if he can beat up John Cena one last time, which got a fucking great reaction for me. Good times, good times, good times, good times. That beat up John Cena fucking thing went nowhere, really. It could have been more of like I mean, the crowd could have beat up John Cena. Like, yeah, a crowd would have been really wild about it, and Vince would have not liked it. So I get why Vince chose to say no to that T-shirt idea about the beat up John Cena T-shirt, because this is his top guy, and I mean, he's his baby face, and imagine fucking the crowd chanting as loud as they are, beat up Cena, clap clap, beat up Cena, clap clap, something like that. But still, it's what it is. So the match kicks off again, and we get in due time we get a fucking reference of the Miz skull crushing finale from Cena, which I think was the first reference to the match. And the first send off basically to John, and giving a shout out to the Miz. Or it was his birthday as well, I believe. So that was the fucking case too. But yeah, so the Miz Cena gives the South Christian finale, the Miz's move, giving a shout out to a guy who he won't absolutely be able to wrestle at all, and it's not gonna happen. We know it's not gonna happen. And we don't really want it to happen anymore. I mean, it could have happened if it would have happened anyways. But honestly, you guys fucking remember how terrible the Miz and Cena's feud was. We don't need to go for that. We don't need to go for that. We don't. Sure, the Miz got some great heat. Definitely did. The way he beat up fucking Cena. I mean, for kids, they would probably cried. I mean, I think Miz, fucking Speed said it. Like, he cried. The Miz made him cry. Like how he fucking whipped Cena with a kendo stick, beat the shit out of him. So, I get it. I do get the idea of it. I do get it, but it's what it is, really, man. It's like nobody really cared about it. And nobody really cared about as much of that. So Miz went out there really getting personal about it. Let's be real, fucking Miz, like unless people were kids back then and really generally feel emotionally connected to it, a lot of people just didn't generally care about the fucking feud. They didn't. Honest people like to see more Roman and Cena or Seth and Cena more than fucking, this feud. Just generally, that's the fucking concern out there. That is the absolute goddamn bombshell of fucking truth. But still, it was a great fucking callback to the Miz, and give him a shout out. Hey, I'm not gonna be able to wrestle you, but thank you for the memories and stuff, and thank you for that. A good shout out. I believe then we got a Scorpion Death Drop from AJ. A good shout out to Sting, which, he had a lot of moments with Stinger in TNA. Definitely a good shout out from AJ to, or fucking, I mean, good shout out to Sting from AJ Styles. Love to see that. Love to see AJ Styles having a great shout out to Sting. Great shout out to fucking Sting, basically. A lot of great shout outs, man, out there for Sting. Love to see shit like that. It was a great moment, definitely. I mean, he'd be a fucking idiot, I would say, if you're not thinking it was not a great moment. It was absolutely a fucking great moment. It was. Moving on. But again, great shout outs to Cena and fucking not Cena, but Stinger. Great fucking thing, basically. And then we got the I know what I wasn't gonna finish later on, but then we got the Fade to Black, which again I popped for the Deadeye because H has got nothing to do with Adam Page. Is he fucking hinting that he might be going over to not Kantana Mabe, thank God, but maybe over to All Elite Wrestling? Who knows? I mean, his contract comes up in February, and he says 2025 is going to be 2026 is going to be last year in the world of professional wrestling. So who knows? AJ Styles, where he ends up, really? Does he maybe just stay with the WWE? Who knows? We are not gonna determine that. Never say never in pro wrestling, man. You definitely gotta think about that. I know that fucking Triple H won't be okay with AJ going anywhere like that. And they'll put the world title on him, or push him basically more creatively, which they should. I don't know why they put the world champion. AJ fucking deserves it. He should be in the main event scene, not in the fucking mid card scene that he's always in. Which I'm getting kind of tired of seeing AJ Styles again in the mid card scene, because he's just more bigger than the fucking mid card scene generally. He is. Can we just not put him in the fucking main event scene? Let's be real. Let's put him in the fucking main event scene again. It's goddamn time, man. Ridiculous. Pisses me off. It's like AJ needs to be booked better, definitely. I mean, he's the fucking the whole Judgment Day division and the fucking tag team division now. I mean, great. You know, we already did that fucking shit with Omos. Should put him over somehow. Can we not maybe get something better? Can we not get something fucking better to work with here? I guess not. I guess people really don't fucking care about shit at this point. They don't. They don't really care about, AJ Styles, which is sad, but hey. There's a great shout out to Frankie Kazarian, though. Fade to Black, definitely. And Frankie gave him a great shout out, which I'll be going over my TNA review for Bound for Glory. Definitely great shout out from Frankie to Styles. Moving on. Then we got a little spot between the we got the Accolade or the Game Over Miro style or Rusev, the Accolade or the Camel Clutch, where he or Iron Sheik's move basically good. Cena's giving a good shout out to Sheiky Baby, man. Sheiky Baby is giving a good. The Iron Sheik is getting a good fucking shout out. I mean, Iron Sheik is great. It's great. Fuck Hulk Hogan. I'm kidding, but come on. I mean, if the Cena was a heel, definitely would love to give a shout out to fucking Iron Sheik, who rest in peace his soul too, man. But definitely, and Hogan too. But again, great fucking shout out to not Iron Sheik, but Rusev, which was great to see. But nonetheless, part of the show we move on to Morgan things, and then we got AJ Styles reversing it into the Concino clutch, which I believe Wade mentioned Joe. He said Joe. He fucking definitely said Joe. I mean, come on. Let's not get it twisted. He definitely said Joe. He definitely fucking said Joe. I mean, there's no way you're making me believe that he did not say Joe. He definitely said Joe. So, nonetheless. It was a great part of the whole shit, man. He definitely said Joe. He did. All I'll say. He definitely said Joe, so it was great to see that moment. It's great to see that fucking moment for him. He definitely said Joe. It was great to see AJ for that moment. What I'll say, all I'll say. AJ really put it out there for the moment, definitely. It's great to see AJ get that moment. I'll say that's what I'll say about that. About giving a shout out to Samoa Joe, who obviously he won't be able to wrestle unless again you say never. He goes over to AEW, but we don't know when Joe retires either. So honestly, I would say Samoa Joe should be back in the WWE. I mean, in this Triple H landscape right now, bro, I'm salivating. I'm booking him and Gunther. Imagine that fucking feud. Him and Gunther, him and Kevin Owens, maybe. Eventually he gets back. Samoa Joe versus Cody Rhodes. Samoa Joe targeting Cody. Working on his fucking, basically targeting fucking Cody. Would love to see shit like that. But AJ obviously is really concerned about that he's not going to be able to work with Joe, so he gave him a good shot. Again, AJ and Cena both gave shout outs. Even it was kind of funny because Joe and Cena, they have a friendship going back to a Heartland Wrestling Association, HWA, in I think the early, not the early 90s, the it's 2000. I think it's 2000. OVW is 2000, Ohio Valley Wrestling, but it's more like the aspect of it. It's being Cena's and AJ's. I don't know. Cena's and Joe's. At the end of the day, it's probably definitely to me the HWA Heartland Wrestling Association, which Maven was a part of too. But again, that's where they kind of built the whole friendship, Joe and Cena. And again, they had a quite the tingle between each other in 2017. I think I researched on that definitely. So yeah, which I wish they really kind of gave a few with Cena and Joe. Cena was kind of wrapping up his part-time career he started. He was getting really, really, really part-time then, where he was not even showing up at fucking WrestleMania at that point, wrestling for WrestleMania at that point. So I wish we got a kind of a feud with Cena and Joe, but we didn't. A good, really intriguing. That feud would fucking cooked. Cena, and him calling him fucking kissing babies and like being the kind of like Batista, kissing babies and hugging women, fucking shit like that. I don't know, something like that. Like a more of a calling him out for being a merchant or fucking being the super Cena that he is. Joe and Cena would have had that great fucking chemistry, the villain and the good guy. Joe really plays off as a great fucking badass villain that you can fucking when he's speaking, you are not gonna fucking mute him. You just can't. He is that fucking good. Even though if he's not making narrative sense in AEW right now, the fucking Adam Page storyline right now, which doesn't make fucking any sense to me. I'll be really real about that. Again, we're not here to talk about AEW, but the whole Adam Page storyline doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Basically, doesn't. But again, Joe is more real to the aspect of the story. Joe is more real to. Still, again, when Joe speaks, you fucking listen. It's a great promo. He he's a damn great promo at the end of the day. So, nonetheless, good shout out to Joe, who AJ would not be able to work with. Definitely, it's a sad thing that AJ Styles won't be able to work with Samoa Joe, but that's the case. I mean, you would say never with AJ's contract coming up in February, so that's a determined to your opinion what you expect and what you see from AJ coming up, and what's going to be going on around AJ Styles. But still, good shout out to Samoa Joe. And as I said, Cena and Joe, if you really know your wrestling fucking history, you know that they have had quite a friendship from the past, and they know each other. Cena is good friends with Samoa Joe, so from Heartland Wrestling Association, the HWA, and then obviously they kind of fucking kindled the WWE kind of again, kind of met up again finally after since that moment and since those days off. HWA. So, and finally, Joe left TNA, and then he met up with Cena finally, basically, and they shared a locker room for a bit. So it was definitely a good callback to put that Joe Conquino clutch, which the Conquino clutch was his fucking finisher, I believe, in the WWE. He does the muscle buster for the win in AEW. I mean, muscle buster is his regular finisher. The good old Joe walk is also. I would have loved if they got that good old Joe walk in. Generally, if I fucking want to put that out there, we would have loved to see that whole Joe walk in, like the whole maybe AJ jumps in, like AJ jumps on the top rope, and Cena basically walks off like Samoa Joe. Give a good shout out to both of their connections with Samoa Joe. Both of them know Samoa Joe. They do. They're friends, but AJ's best friend is Samoa Joe. Johnston is still good friends with Samoa Joe at the end of the day. So, as we have known it, basically, John is great friends with Samoa Joe. So it was a great shout out to Joe, definitely. Well, I would have done something a little more different as well, but nonetheless. Also, I mean, good fucking thing you could have pulled out a Kenny Omega one winged angel, maybe put the undisputed boss, the fucking top undisputed boss of the Bullet Club, AJ Styles, which and a lot of people would have a fucking detriment to the opinion that's your opinion, but sickos out there and fucking people out there on Twitter, I mean on X, man, I mean they'd be losing their mind that Cena said that AJ is the undisputed boss of the Bullet Club, or not Kenny Omega. I'm just saying, that fucking narrative would be roaming around everywhere. That's the case at the end of the day. That is. But it was a great thing to see nonetheless. We didn't get to see this, but maybe again, as I said, you never say never with AJ Styles. His fucking contract's coming up in January. Who knows what the hell's gonna happen with it? Or February. You don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with AJ Styles. It's intriguing to see where AJ goes in his final year in professional wrestling. Honestly, I would say he does a match at Slammiversary. He's got to do one, definitely. Or for Bound for Glory. Now, I don't know if AJ gets his greatest hits. I mean, he has greatest hits with who? He just had a fucking match with Finn Balor not long ago. Who has AJ have like this incredible fucking chemistry in WWE anyways? Or his greatest hits he will get over in WWE? Let's be real. I can talk about like new matches maybe with Gunther, feud with Gunther. Him with Punk is definitely, I want to see that. It's definitely a must watch thing to see AJ Styles and CM Punk get their fucking feud in. The Gunther shit. There's not much again over in WWE really with AJ to really build up a retirement tour. And I don't think WWE has that as a plan for AJ anyway, so he's not Cena, so I don't know. Maybe he's has a retirement tour. I don't know what would that be the retirement tour would even look like. A lot of talent over in WWE are not really too keen to AJ Styles style. Again, that's it. Punk, Gunther, and Kevin we got. Kevin Owens is running back with Kevin Owens. I mean, they have a fucking detriment to say that they didn't have any chemistry. So I don't know how you work that when they absolutely the fucking talents that they don't have any chemistry together. They don't, sadly. Both of them are fucking great, but they don't have any chemistry together. Sami Zayn could be a great fucking pick again, definitely. Sami Zayn and AJ Styles as a match I want to see, especially this version of fucking Sami Zayn, the open, challenging, defending version of Sami Zayn right now, defending the U.S. title every fucking week on SmackDown. Friday nights, love to see shit like that. Again, who it is at this point. But again, whole AJ Styles situation, man. AJ is great. AJ is definitely a top tier uh, talent and should be booked like one. But again, good shout out to Joe. And obviously, you never say never if he gets to wrestle him, but he in his mind he thought he would never. So, anyways. Now I believe Cena gave a great shout out to his recent rival that he ended his rivalry with at Backlash when this time Cena for the first time was a heel, which is a unique thing to see. John being the heel. You know, in the feuds that we follow up, basically Cena being the heel here. It's a great thing to see that John was the heel. So, so it was really good to see that John really followed up with that, and he gave him the DDT, vintage Cena. They said vintage or whatever the fuck. Michael Cole said fucking vintage all the time. I mean, it gives me trauma and fucking nauseating feel. So we're not gonna go over that because that's just fucking nauseating all over again. No, we're not going over that. That's not what we're talking about because that's not at all interesting one bit. But at the end of the day, it's what it is. He does the DDT, the draping DDT, or what the fuck. He does the DDT, not draping. He does the Randy Orton DDT, the rope DDT. He does the fucking, the taunt, the Randy Orton RKO taunt, hits the RKO. Crowd goes fucking crazy. And AJ kicks out, basically. And then basically he goes into the fucking corner and tries to punt him. He, Sean Ross Sapp out there basically gave a fucking shout out to Charlie Brown. He's like, Cena gave a good fucking, good shout out to his childhood, whatever he grew up watching with Charlie Brown. And a great fucking shout out to Charlie Brown, basically. Charlie Brown missing the ball. Yeah, that's something that's fucking hilarious, but nonetheless. So Cena does that, misses it. AJ kind of reverses it. It's quite back and forth. This was a masterpiece of what professional wrestling's all about. Story in terms of this was just the greatest hits. They went out there and they gave you the fucking greatest hits in the world, man. They gave you good shout outs to Kazarian, Joe, Taker. Taker. We were gonna end with the match with the Taker Tombstone and then the fucking AA to pin AJ Styles. Basically, Cena ended up winning, but still, the whole Taker, and then as a Joe, Kazarian, Taker, Miz, Stinger, Rusev, Bray Wyatt, which was a beautiful moment, and Cena almost fucking broke down in tears. And he would have had if he was not in part of the match yet. He was trying to focus on the match right now. He's trying to tell the story in the match, but again, if he was not in part of the match, he would have fucking broken down in tears, basically. So it's great to see that moment for Cena and him really looking up at Bray and saying, "Thank you, man, for all the memories, whatever." So Bray Wyatt, another one, as I mentioned. Who do we get? Bray, Joe, Miz, Taker, Stinger, Kazarian, six I've got mentioned, right? A great shout out by AJ Styles to the Fallen Angel, Christopher Daniels, who I believe also Cena gave him a shout out at SummerSlam, I think, or on which show, I don't know, but a few, like sometime back, Cena gave him a fucking shout out too. The Angel's Wing, he hit that, I believe. I don't know. I think he did. Again, good shout out to Christopher Daniels. Again, a great part of AJ's career. Who both Sting and Christopher Daniels are retired, and AJ knows he's never going to be able to wrestle them ever again. Which is obvious. The Joe one, you don't know what's Joe's contract situation when his contract with AEW expires. AJ's contract with WWE expires around February, so we know about that. But still, at the end of the day, it was a great fucking shout out, man. Great shout outs, great wrestling. What I would say is mentions, great wrestling, callbacks, great wrestling, shout outs. Full of, you got that full of shout outs and just homage to a lot of wrestlers. And as I mentioned, Christopher Daniels, Miz, Joe, Orton, Taker, Kazarian, Stinger, Rusev. Eight people I've mentioned here, definitely. Triple H almost, they did that. They definitely did that. I would say 9. I think I will go more about it. Fucking Charlie Brown, I guess. I don't know. Like, who talks about fucking Charlie Brown at this point? Charlie Brown, man? Come on. I mean, Cena probably had a good fucking feel about Charlie Brown at the end of the day. Definitely did. Cena definitely had a great feel about the end of the day. Charlie Brown. Cena had a great fucking feel about Charlie Brown at the end of the day. Definitely, Cena had a great fucking feel about Charlie Brown at the end of the day. Cena and Charlie Brown. What Charlie? Again, great shout outs, man. Great fucking shout outs to all of these guys. Obviously, meaning quite about it. And as I said, we already went over Cena and AJ. Great fucking match. We're gonna go over more about that in the full fucking review where we break down everything about it over the top, where we could criticize it. There's more to it, basically. But at the end of the day, it was a great fucking showing. It's what it was meant to be. Love to see that in the world of professional wrestling. All I'll say. Love to see shit like that in the world of pro wrestling, man. Great moments like that make you happy to be a professional wrestling fan at the end of the day. They do. That's the fucking detriment to this entire story of pro wrestling. It was an homage to this a lot of wrestlers and to a lot of wrestlers have been influential to their careers at the end of the day. A lot of homages and homages to a lot of pro wrestlers have been influential to their fucking careers at the end of the day, man. A lot of homages, a lot of fucking homages to a lot of pro wrestlers that have been so fucking, again, as I said, influential to their fucking careers at the end of the day. But again, this is what it was meant to be, and love to see stuff like that. Always. Always have time for moments like this. Always have. Definitely always give great callbacks and shout outs to all the greats, really. And Styles, because he's going to retire next year, and Michael Kors really, and Phillips on that fucking thing. Like, Styles is going to retire next year, so it's going to be, he gave a shout out to guys who might not be able to work. With Joe, I don't see what will happen with Joe's contract coming out with AEW, or maybe if AJ's contract, we know it's up at February, so he started a fucking sign a 1-year deal, so we know that. Or I guess it's injury time, but still. AJ Styles definitely quite in whatever position he would be for that reason. So we don't know what's the case really with AJ. We don't know what's the case with Styles. We don't. But who would be a detriment to that position? I don't know. Joe, I really don't know. Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed, man. Reigns and Bronson Reed. I mean, I'm gonna go over this again for some critique it for what it is. Like, we have been seeing since when? Fucking July? We've been seeing this shit since fucking July, okay? I'm gonna critique it for what it is. And it's definitely you gotta critique it, Dave. Definitely, because it is worth critiquing. Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns. So back in July, Roman comes back. And this is where the whole Bronson Reed and Roman Reigns situation comes up. It was actually a tag team match with him and Roman and Jey Uso, which eventually was supposed to be Roman and Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, which didn't fucking end up happening. We got Roman and Uso on that show, teaming up together to face Bronson and Braun at the end of the day. So that was a great moment for that, definitely. Bronson and Braun, great moments to see, you would say, right? Yeah. Bronson and Braun. Whatever. Great moment to see at the end of the day. What I would say, but hold on. Bronson and Braun is what it was. It's what it is. But again, it was definitely quite getting boring and tiresome. It was great to see Roman back and, kind of fight the fucking Bronze. But again, it got boring, and then you got the old segments of Roman into the show, and the way they ended fucking Clash in Paris. Not Paris, we say Paris. Clash in Paris, which was, again, would be a great fucking show. That was a great show. Definitely that was a great show. I'm not going to take that away from it. It was a damn good show, but I mean, much better than fucking Forbidden Door. The doors can shut down, basically. Who fucking cares about Forbidden Door? I went over that. It was a damn great show with a lot of emotion and care into the stories and whatever the fuck was going on. And then we got the ending, whatever that was. But again, Bronson Reed and Braun Roman were talking about, which at that point I was not okay with Roman winning because I was like, what does Roman really have to gain here? The aspect I get from this is like, okay, Roman loses. Maybe now they want him to be really the way I thought the reason Roman won is because they had Braun Breaker planned up for him at Crown Jewel. That was my fucking thought. I was like, okay, they got Braun Breaker planned up from Crown Jewel where Roman is gonna lose definitely to Braun Breaker. That did not fucking happen. Roman Reigns did not have Braun Breaker at Crown Jewel. We ended up going with Bronson Reed again, basically, which kind of made sense because it was Australian. You're in Australia, and going back to the whole, Bronson Reed was gonna face Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship before WrestleMania, but he had to go with paternity leave. He had to go for paternity leave to take care of his wife, and because his wife was pregnant at that time, he had to go take care of his wife, basically. So that's what it was. He had to take care of his wife at that time, so he missed the show. And Triple H was like, "Hey, you should go. I mean, you need to be there for your family. You need to be there for your wife." So we already know the whole wholesome situation with that. So this was quite the Bronson thing. This was quite the good thing for him. WWE giving it back to him. Now having him perform in his own fucking country, which was great to see. Bronson Reed, man, Bronson Reed. So again, as I said, why he, was supposed to face Seth, if you don't know about it. But he probably was going to lose, but still. Maybe it would have won. I don't know what the fucking plan was for that. We're going back to almost 2 years ago now, but hey. That's where he started really getting a push back then. He started getting more focused on more TV back then. He showed up as the fucking, what would I say? I kind of blur memory, a blur fucking remembrance here of the thing that he was kind of the bodyguard for the Miz, for Dexter Lumis, who was kind of stalking the Miz, something like that. I don't know what was going on really. Kind of started watching wrestling for a while, right there. For at least 6 months, I would say. I mean, I was watching it, but I was not really watching it. I was like, I mean, I cared about it, but again, the whole CM Punk situation, like, Ray Shat gave me a shit taste because I was really into AEW then, and the whole that situation that where the fuck that went, and then you had. Give you just a little insight about that, definitely. Which Tony really fucking doesn't care about putting up a great show and care about making money, I guess. And the Bucks don't care about it either. The fucking elite they call themselves. Get out of here, man. I mean, you can't put fucking you don't want to make the most money. You don't want to make the most best profitable thing for a company. Turn a bad situation into a fucking great situation for your company. And make money off of it. Not just money, get traction, get more popularity, get more buzz off that fucking real life media scrum that CM Punk went off on all the fucking reporters and Tony and the elite and Adam Page, whatever. But nonetheless, man, still, where are we at then? So I'm just gonna give you. So I was just talking about a little insight I was giving you. So I guess that's another fucking thing. I'm still upset about that to this day. It's why AEW fucking sucks right now. Whatever position they are in, they're part of that position, and they really put themselves in this position. They did. So definitely not gonna let that go. Still, I guess. Nonetheless, man. So again, quite Bronson Reed. So Bronson Reed and Roman again been going back and forth at this point for fucking long and long now since before July. So it's getting a bit tiring at this point, really. And the whole fucking angle of them packing up Roman Reigns for no reason, which was not needed. Which was fucking thing was not needed at all. Roman Reigns didn't needed to fucking get packed up all over again. and but sent to the gulag. So go that was not needed. I absolutely disagree with that fucking notion that Roman deserved to be packed up. No, it was not needed. I don't care about it. And then he comes back, does the same. It's like a base fucking. It was like basically a clockwork. He comes back, does the same promo for the Bronson Reed, and again he did the same shit for Bronson Reed. So he came back when he got packed up by at that time Braun Breaker, but then he went back and did the promo with, on Bronson Reed and whatever. He came back, attacked Braun Breaker or whatever, and then he got again packed up by Braun Breaker. He came back again to beat up Braun Breaker. So it's like the same fucking thing. And then Bronson Reed was kind of part of it, which was twice. And just the same promo on Bronson Reed. And it's the same fucking shit again. Especially like, God, I mean, I'm not into it, man. I'm not into this whole, I was getting tired of the Roman and Bronson shit. It was just getting boring at this point. I was like, okay, it's clockwork. I get it, but I'm not a big fan of the whole fucking clockwork. I'm not. Can we not? Can we just move away from the clockwork, maybe? That's just me, maybe. I don't know. Maybe we just move away from the clockwork. So, nonetheless, quite could care about watching shows really. Could care less about watching shows or making content or doing fucking live reviews. Because, God, I mean, August, July, majority of September fucking sucked, man. Especially the early part of September. It wasn't good. It was the same main event every single week, getting ridiculous at that point. And the whole Roman promo and the Roman generic ass promo, which is, yes, I like Roman. I do expect him to do great shit, but at the end of the day, he's not going to get my fucking attention when he's going to cut the same fucking promo all over again. It's getting ridiculous, getting boring, it's getting stale. Just maybe move on from it. So, again, as I said, I was quite fucking tired of this feud at the end of the day. And overall, so it was a pretty fun, it was a great match. It's a great match. It was more of a Australian festivities with the whole, they had a fucking cricket bat, I guess. Australian sports out there. They got rugby, which is a big Australian sport, definitely. But then you got some can, Paul Heyman fucking running away from a rugby ball, whatever. And then you got Roman just playing around, basically hitting a fucking cricket bat shot, swinging the bat on Bronson Reed, or whatever. It was quite using those things as weapons. It's quite a fun match. Eventually, Braun Breaker comes out there, spears Roman, and takes advantage of the whole fucking notion of it being the no disqualification rule in the street fight, Australian street fight. And the reason it was Australian because they had fucking Australian sports out there. I guess cricket and rugby, whatever. Who cares? So it didn't really matter really for what that reason was. But again, it was a fun damn match. It was a fun damn match. But again, the ending here with Braun, and then it's like oh my God. I was like, oh, are they gonna go help him? I was like, oh my God, Bronson's gonna lose. I was actually looking. I was like, oh my God, they're gonna make Bronson lose again. And I was like, I was gonna be so pissed at them for this. What the fuck are we doing here, man? But that did not happen. Bronson Reed did not lose. He did not. So the Usos come out there. I'm like, oh my God. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Roman told you not to interfere. Roman said, hey, I'm going to take care of my own fucking business. Stay out of it. Go take care of your own business. And he told this to Jey Uso. You guys are just them to go take care of your own business. I can do this on my own. I will do this on my own, man. I don't need your help. I don't need your help. Respectfully, I want you to go take care of being a world champion, a main event guy that you're in, what position you are in. Go do that. You deserve to do that. Go fucking do that. So it definitely was quite the... who slurps fucking water? But anyways, it's water. Goddamn, throat got a bit sore. But nonetheless, it was quite the thing about it, basically, that, hey, I can do it on my own. I want you to go out there and fucking succeed, Jay. I mean, you're my family. and I care about you, and I think you need to do what's best for you, Jay. I mean, you need to do what's really best for your career. You need to do what's best for your livelihood, for your family. Do that. So it's like, oh, the uses are out there, huh? Quite intriguing, man. Quite intriguing on the aspect of it, basically. It was quite intriguing, definitely, that the uses were out there in this match. Oh, the Bronze put Roman to the fucking table. We're gonna go over that shit definitely. But again, Usos were out there, and again, Roman said, and I was like, oh, okay. And then eventually we lead to a spot where the Usos are actually in control. They're beating up the Bronze, super kicks, and then try to look for a spear. I guess Braun ducks or Bronson. I'm not sure who would ducked, but and then Roman went to, and Jey Uso spear Roman through the fucking table, and I popped hard. I'm like, oh shit. And I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do it. They're actually gonna fucking do it. They're gonna have Bronson Reed beat Roman Reigns. Because I fucking love Bronson. He's great. I do. The way they've built him is great. This is how you build a star. Build a guy into a main event scene, definitely. So Bronson Reed out there, man, looking like the fucking brute that he is. You know, again, just be winning, and then obviously the Jey taking advantage of the Jey Uso situation and whatever, winning, beating Roman, getting that win against Roman. You know, it's quite a big deal. I mean, it's not big to Roman. He doesn't lose any fucking aura. He doesn't lose any shit. He's untouchable. He's a fucking god, is what he is in pro wrestling right now. He's untouchable. He is untouchable. You can't touch him, bro. You can't take one little nitty bitty aura off of him. You can't. He's gonna have that fucking aura factor at the end of the day. Always will. But this was great to see that they actually had Bronson Reed win this match. Definitely, it's a great thing to see. Great to see the Usos and the story going down with the fucking bloodline again. And then we got back and we got up what we got after the match with Roman saying that the whole everybody thinks I can't do shit on my own. It's like, oh my god. And they already told him that, hey, you stay back, please. I told you not to get involved. It's like, I get it, I love you, but I don't want to see you to Christmas. So quite intriguing from that. We're gonna start going over SmackDown, man. We're gonna cover it quite fast than you think it would be. SmackDown definitely was a great show, man. Definitely was a great show. Women's tag team match was quite okay. Was not over the top great, but it's quite okay. Sami Zayn Open Challenge, I would say, was again a fucking determinant to what Sami Zayn is in his Open Challenge thing, which is again going great. I think 8 weeks now, 7 weeks, 8 weeks. Something going on with Sami Zayn and the Open Challenge. There'll be no SmackDown review because I didn't able to do that. I wasn't able to do that really. Was really in the feel of that, so. But at the end of the day, still, man, it was a great fucking feel. What I'll say. It was a great feel at the end of the day for the show. For everything, for basically all of it. It was a great fucking feel at the end of the day. It was great, the whole feel. Love to see stuff like that. It's always great to see stuff like that at the end of the day. It is. It's great to see stuff like that at the end of the day. It was a great feel. It was definitely a great damn feel to this show. All I would say. Great feel to the show, man. Great feel to the show overall, but nonetheless. And then you got the Aleister Black and you got Shinsuke Nakamura's team back. Aleister Black coming back, or Aleister Black coming back. Aleister Black and fucking David Priest having a great match with the whole fireball ending at the end, which was didn't expect that. Quite the Karrion Kross and Scarlett that they're becoming, I would say. But again, it was a great damn show. It was a great damn show. Cody cutting a great promo. It's kind of generic, but still damn good. It's fucking great, I would say. Still, Cody's great. Don't care what anybody says. But at one point, would you say that Cody Rhodes, eventually that greatness would really start to be seen in front of everybody? complaints you see online, they're not fucking, jokes out there. People are absolutely getting bullshit fucking tired of Cody now. Because it's going back to the whole John Cena narrative, how people were tired of the good guy. Eventually, Cody Rhodes will be in a position where the fans in the arenas will be tired of Cody. You don't hear about dads saying, "Oh, Cody Rhodes, I love Cody Rhodes. He's such a my son is a huge fan of him. I can look back at it, whatever." I get it. A different time, man. Maybe with Babyface had more love because people were not just done over from the fucking rebel of the Attitude Era. Basically, they had John Cena fucking crown as Babyface in 2005, and he got booed at SummerSlam, so that's what's fucking apparent at that time. That's where it started getting really. That's where the boo started. That's where the boo started for Cody. I believe it started at SmackDown, right? It started at SmackDown. SmackDown at Cena. The first time Cody Rhodes ever got fucking booed was at SmackDown. Yeah. So that was that. That was a damn great show at the end of the day. SmackDown fucking killed it. They killed it. And I'll go over the whole Crown Jewel situation against SmackDown. I'll put up a great show. They did a great show with SmackDown level characters. Not really Raw because last week before that week it was really like they had Raw stars on the show to make it mean something. But they had SmackDown level characters, so they fucking killed it. They did. They had a great show. They did. They generally did. They had a great show. SmackDown was a damn great show. Electric crowd. Love to see what they did. It was a great show. It was. Love to see what's gonna happen with fucking the new version of Scarlett and Cross and Aleister and Selena. Let's see what's gonna happen with that. But overall, again, great fucking show for SmackDown. Great ass show. SmackDown proven that they can fucking pull it out. And again, the whole eyeball spot. I went over that basically. The eyeball spot over many of the situations. We already went over that, right? Yeah, definitely. The whole eyeball spot. But at the end of the day, it was a great show. Definitely a show that you would definitely really want to watch. I don't know. Care about really watching. It's some terms, it's some point of views. If you may be keen to get that, I guess. I guess I will say that in some ways. It's a great show. Roman and the Bloodline, great story of saying Roman again saying, "I want to see you to Christmas. I love you."
Get ready to fly. The path been paid for. That's why he get up top, like he belong there. And when he taking off, it's like he own air. Flying high down, like the birds do. It's all over with style, just flying over you. Don't forget the name, hangers here's the claim. Put your DNA, we about to change the thing. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to the top, let's go. Pencil and paper, pen and pad, these pictures of puzzle pieces sliding to the bleachers, reaching insurmountable eyes. Reminder who would save us from the bullets we died. Some hit us in line, no doubt. I see the people staring all eyes, like to ride the image scrimmage and I beat them aside. Now I'm flying hard, AJ, aka Lionheart, flying guard, no deny, finish what my mind starts. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to the top, let's go. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time, let's go. path been paid for. That's why he get up top, like he belong there. And when he taking off, it's like he own air. Flying high down, like the birds do. It's all over with style, just flying over you. Don't forget the name, gang is his to claim. With your DNA, we about to change the thing. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to the top, let's go. Get ready to fly. With a pencil and paper, a pen and a pad, these releases, pictures of puzzle pieces, sliding to the bleachers, reaching insurmountable eyes. Reminder who will save us from the bullets we dodge. Somebody hit us in line, no doubt. I see the people staring all eyes. Like to ride the image scrimmage and I beat the facade. Now I'm flying hard, AJ, aka Lionheart. Flying guard, no deny, finish what my mind starts. Everybody get ready to fly. It's time to the top, let's go. It's time, everybody get ready to fly. It's time, let's go. Let's go to the top, to the top.
It wasn't talking about Bronson Reed, no less. Bronson Reed, man. And Reigns, again, great match. The ending being quite, like, Roman told them not to come out, and they still came out. And Roman already kind of told Jay, hey, you gotta go do something on yourself, man. I'll be fine on my own. I'll be really fine on my own. I don't need your help. I don't need both of your help. Both of you need to go make your own career. Go for the main event position. Go be yourself. Go do that. Man, wasn't everyone tired of the Bronson Reigns feud? Yes, that's when I went over that shit. Everybody was tired of the Reigns and Bronson feud. We already know that. We don't need to keep on going over that over and over again. But everyone was tired of the Reigns and Bronson feud. Quite detriment to your question. I'd wrestle what ifs. But still. Nonetheless, man, nonetheless, I know everybody was tired of that feud. We went over that shit. It's like, you gotta pay attention. Everybody was fucking done with that feud at that point. Everybody was. Everybody wanted change with the rope. Again, I went over this whole Bronson and Reigns feud, and because it just was lacking off, and it was just a fucking clockwork at the end of the day. Could we not get something different on the show? It's just like a rotation, a clockwork cycle. Move on, maybe. Give us something better, story-wise. It's the same promo he cuts. He gets taken out. It's like, okay, I'm kind of fucking done with this feud. I am, really. Yeah, and they had the match again. When they announced the match, I was like, okay, it makes sense, but I'm not really into it as much. And a lot of people even, fucking put their displeasures on X, so they're not really into the Bronson thing, and they're really kind of tired of Bronson and Roman. They are. So, definitely a forte to that point, but still. Quite the forte, man. But, at the end of the day, it goes back to what Roman said about Bronson, about the whole situation that, hey, I can do it on my own. I don't need any of your help. Go be yourself. Go do this. Tell Jay, go be that main event guy. Go get your shot. Go get your shot at the world title. Be that guy. Jimmy, you need to fucking figure it out because your brother is not at the same level as you. He is better than you. Kind of fucking belittled Jimmy in some ways, so. And Jimmy seeing Roman being quite the cancer and like kind of turning Jay into a tribal chief type character where he doesn't want that whole thing to go again. He doesn't want that to happen. So, which again goes back to a lot of stuff with Jimmy being really quite hypocritical, huh? Why did you join Roman when you said, they really made him join Roman. It was stupid. It was. Kind of threw me off, fucking really. I was like, why would they would have Jimmy join Roman? Well, he was the first guy to basically give Roman the fuck you. I'm done with your gaslighting. I'm done with your belittling. I'm done with you being the fucking cousin, the head of the table, of the family, having to say all the time. Fuck you, dude. I'm out. Super kick. I'm out. I'm out of the family. I don't care. I'm out of your fucking bloodline. You're a fucking dictator. I'm not gonna take. I'm not gonna take dictatorship from you, basically. So it's really comical and hypocritical for Jimmy to say that, huh? Really think about that as well. Maybe put that point out there. I don't know. It'd be really comical and hypocritical for Jimmy to feel that way. Because he was a big again said, "Fuck you, tribal chief. I'm out. I got you, Oos. I got you." He gave that little shout out to Jay. Again, it's very hypocritical. I'll go back to it. It's very hypocritical of Jimmy to say stuff like that now, because Jimmy was again the one who turned back to Roman again, but he was the first one who leave the shit. He was like basically, "I got you, Oos. I got you." I mean, he's always gonna be this. I mean, like what the fuck? And he just basically gave him a super kick and beat the shit. Gave him a second super kick. And like Jimmy just super kicked Roman. I mean, that got called you intrigued into the story. And, what you doing, man? What you doing? And then he basically super kicked him again. Oh my god! And Jimmy just roaring like, rah! Just letting that out. Ha! I got that shit, man. Like fuck you. I'm done with your dictatorship. You try to fucking you act like you're the boss of me and the family. Try to dictate me, belittle me, that I can win a tag team championship match. You try to belittle us, belittle my brother. I'm not gonna stand for this anymore. So fuck you. I'm out. I'm gonna stand for your fucking disrespect. Because Roman was showing a lot of disrespect to the Usos. And Jimmy was the first one to go out. And then they had Jimmy go back to Roman, which is stupid, really. I still don't fucking know why they did that. Because again, back to that point. Anyways, so quite the story here, man. Quite the story. Quite the fucking story. Quite the story here. With the whole Roman bloodline situation, so it gets you all intrigued what's going to happen with War Games coming out. We're going to be talking about it on Raw because we don't know what the fuck's going to happen with that now. The plan that I had in my mind, that is not happening. We're going to be talking about Raw later on, another fucking post show called the Monday Night Raw post show, which will be scheduled, which I don't do really. We're starting to fucking schedule our shows as well, so we'll be going live for that, definitely. Definitely going live for that. It'll be scheduled live. So whenever we go live for that, you bet your ass we're going live for that. It'll be a scheduled live stream, all I'll say. All you want to know is that it'll be a scheduled fucking live stream at the end of the day. Let's get into the breakdown of the show. Overall, a damn great show. Probably one of the best shows all year. Not the best show. That would be going to Elimination Chamber because I don't think you have any fucking idea how great Elimination Chamber was. It's Elimination Chamber. It could be better than Evolution if that's your take. You don't want to see women's pro wrestling as much on the show. Want to be a mixed match a little bit. A mishmash of women's and men's pro wrestling, both of it. But women's pro wrestling has fucking killed it this year, so it's what it is at the end of the day. But it's a great show nonetheless. It's a damn great show. Fucking awesome show. Definitely a top 3 show. I would definitely put it up there for contender of PLEs of the year. And I'll put All in Texas at 4 with Bound for Glory, TNA Bound for Glory being 5. So great year for pro wrestling, man. Great year for pro wrestling in terms of these pay-per-views on companies, you know. Good to see that shit going. Yes, All Out does not get that. It's All in Texas because you're not taking that moment away from me watching Adam Page finish that fucking story. And redeeming himself, becoming the cowboy, becoming the guy, going into All in Texas, dethroning fucking Jon Moxley. Saying, Jon Moxley, fuck you, buddy. I'm the guy. So, that was great to see. So, it's going to be up there. Definitely, this is my top 5. I've already given you my top 5 for the fucking year. all in Texas, and then TNA Bound for Glory, Elimination Chamber Evolution, and then you got Crown Jewel. Top five for pay per views or wrestling shows of the year, definitely. Wrestling monthly shows of the year, what I'll say. Your live events, premium live events, or pay per views, or the fuck you want to call them. That's up to you. Moving on. Let's get into the breakdown of the show, man. This was overall a damn great fucking show. I'm gonna be starting at the top of the hour of the breakdown right here. AJ Styles even confirmed about the earlier on kickoff, basically, where he talked about him and Cena, but he also confirmed it that, hey, I'm gonna be retiring the next year. I'm done. Quite got the Aussie crowd out there, man. It was just quite a good kickoff show with AJ out there and the Aussie crowd out there and whatever. AJ was quite the, basically saying, hey, I'm going to be done in the next year. I'm done. My pro wrestling career is almost done. So it's confirming to the Aussie crowd out there. And I'm retiring in 2026. Quite the thing we already talked about before, but still. Quite a good moment. Rhea Ripley was out there, getting the support from her family and from the country that she grew up in, and she's really been obviously fucking born in this country, so she is an Australian. So love to see Rhea Ripley getting love from the Australian fans, which they're fucking wild, but still, I mean, that's mommy definitely. She would definitely get some love from the Australian fans. Rhea Ripley, definitely. Kabuki Warriors, again, you're getting the heat that they do. Asuka being evil. Asuka's fucking great. I went over that shit before. We're not going to go over this as much as we are supposed to. Stop at top of the hour, 2 hour, 20 minutes, man. That's where we're going to start our fucking breakdown for the full show. Definitely be doing that. TNA Bound for Glory, man. I will be definitely trying to watch the show. I would try my best. I would. I'm gonna be watching the fucking. I'm gonna try to watch it, keep it up with it again. I kind of missed the Frankie Kazarian one. There's not only the Frankie Kazarian one and the Leon Slater. That's the two matches we'll be watching in this show. Because we definitely will be going live for TNA Bound for Glory. We're gonna be going over because TNA is hot, man. TNA is fucking hot right now, and you got to take advantage of the great atmosphere that TNA is creating right now in professional wrestling. So that's to your fucking whatever you care about, basically. At the end of the day, pro wrestling. But that would be it. But at the end of the day, we got all that whole AJ, Rhea Ripley, the Aussie crowds out there. It's a great fucking kickoff panel. Sorry for that, guys. Anyways, moving on. Top of the hour starting. We kick off the show with. Where do we kick off the show? Crown Jewel opens up with Michael Cole Welcome Among Us. Then we get a video package showing WWE Crown Jewel Championships getting picked up from home in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, and flown over to Perth, Australia, which I didn't go over at all. Holy shit, yeah. This was quite the Matrix fucking movie scene that they put out there. Basically like a movie fucking vignette they filmed here. The fucking Crown Jewel Championships in fucking Saudi Arabia going over to Australia, I guess. From WWE World, so I guess I wouldn't say love to see it, but cool vignette shit they filmed. Good for them, I guess. Moving on, we're not gonna go over this shit. We're not. It's quite comical for me a bit. When we see that I was a big Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Hall of Fame, so we're not gonna go over this. I mean, you get that whole shit, you get over that. You get Rhea Ripley narrating the opening video called "Can You Hear It?" Showcase raucous crowds around the world that WWE has performed under, which they have performed under India. I don't think there's been a fucking PLE there ever, so good to see that. It was quite a great breakdown there. Obviously, we got the arrivals of Big Bronson Reed, Braun Breaker, Hall of Famer, and Division, and District Champion Cody Rhodes is shown entering the RAC arena. We also got Paul Heyman and the thing with Cody and Seth, with Seth at the stage where he actually asked Seth to speak, And Seth basically walked off. Seth fucking walked off. He was like, I'm not speaking. So Seth basically fucking walked off. So that was quite the intriguing thing. If you had seen that, you're gonna see the show at the end of the time. You're like, oh, okay, I might be intrigued into what the hell's going on here. Yeah. But nonetheless, then you got the Vision out here, Rhea Ripley's out there. I mean, you got all those stars arriving in the show, which was again was supposed to be the match. Australian Street Fight, the OTC one, which they're calling it right now, the OTC one, not the OTC one, QB one, I guess. They're really putting Roman and Cody in the same fucking boat level. I mean, I agree, but aura wise, Roman just has more fucking aura, and you can't fucking deny it. Cody's aura is not. Cody's aura is not at the same level of Roman's aura. It's not. It's not. Cody's great. Even fucking Chris Van Vliet is a fucking shill, basically. I'll call him out for being. Bro, let's be real. Cody's aura is a lot better than Roman's aura. It's the fucking truth, basically. The match starts off with Roman and Reed exchanging words and gestures. Roman then punches Reed, sends him into the turnbuckles. Roman then sends Reed into other turnbuckles, and his punches Reed from turnbuckles. Roman then clotheslines Reed over the top rope onto the floor, which is again a cool spot here, definitely. It's quite great to see. Roman then hits a drive-by. Roman then hits. I'll say Reigns, not Roman. Reigns hits an uppercut, and he sends Reed over the ringside barrier into the crowd. Reigns then hits more punches, and he sends Reed into the boards. Roman uses a trash can, which I've already talked about earlier, and hits Reed in the pack with it. Both men then fight back into the ringside, and Roman has a cricket bat. Roman then, this is fucking ridiculous, throws a rugby on Paul Heyman, but Paul Heyman misses, I guess. Roman misses, and Paul Heyman gets scared or whatever. Or Michael Cole in the fucking commentary team is all about crazy going with that shit. Roman then throws a football at Reed and hits him within the ribs and the bat, and then Roman then hits him in the ribs with the bat once again. Yeah, quite the fucking home run that Roman got with that, huh? Roman then goes onto the floor and Reed hits a clothesline and headbutt. Reed then hits a forearm to the table. Reed then hits a forearm to the back of the neck. Reed then gets a kendo stick and he misses, and ring post. Reed is then sent into the ring post by Roman, and Roman gets into the candlestick and hit Reed in the back with it. Reigns then hits Reed in the chest with a kendo stick against the announce desk. Reigns then, I guess, takes the mic and says to the crowd, "Hey, acknowledge me." Great thing from Reigns. Reed then hits a splash against the apron. Roman Reigns sits out. Then Reed puts the table under the ring. It's quite a fun match. Great spots here. I would say the kendo stick stuff was quite entertaining, definitely. Cut a good call back, I remember now from the match finally, but for the back of the head, Reed then grabs the top of the ring steps and then he hits Roman with it. Reed then hits Reigns a second time with the steps. Reed then hits a headbutt to the back of the head. This is a fucking long breakdown, guys. Holy shit. All over that shit. We're going at the end of it, basically. We already went over how great of a match it was. Great spots. Anyways, Reigns in the ribs with the few chairs times, whatever. Reed then gets chairs and sends them into the ring. He gives him a headbutt, first of all. Reed then hits Reigns in the ribs with a chair a few times. Reed then puts a chair in the turnbuckles. Reed then hits Roman in the back with other chairs. Reed then hits Reigns in the rib a few times with top of the chair. Roman then gets Reed up, hits a Samoan drop on the chair for a near fall. Both men then get back to their feet. Roman hits a clothesline. Reed stays on his feet. Roman then hits two more. Hits Roman, two more, still Reed clotheslines, I guess. Stays on his feet, which was again quite entertaining, I would say still. But Reed stays on his feet. Reed on his feet. Roman sets up for the Superman punch, but then Reed grabs and stops and it does not stop. He hits Roman with it a few times. Reed then goes for a arrange on the sign. Urange, whatever. What the fuck? My bad. Roman, I couldn't fucking read this shit, but Roman blocks it and hits some elbows. Reed then hits the range on top of on the sign for a near fall Reed then misses a back senton, lands on the stop sign. Reed, I guess this is just keep on going with this shit basically. Roman then sets up it's just back and forth between them. The Superman punch near falls basically. Roman then sets up a spear through the ringside barricade, but Breaker leaps into the ringside area and hits a spear on Roman. Reed then adjusts the announce desk and Braun lifts up Roman and they give him a shield powerbomb through the table. Quite a callback to the Shield, man. Good old fucking days for them, basically. Reed then brings the table into the ring, then he puts it against the turnbuckles. Braun then helps Roman back into the ring, and then Usos music hit, which again Roman as it went over back with Roman saying, "Hey, do not help me. I don't need your fucking help. I don't want any of your help." Jimmy and Jay take care of Braun, then they go into the ring and they hit Reed with several punches. Then they hit a double splash into the corner. They super kick at the same Braun, Jimmy, and the Hysteria running up, attacks into the corner. As just got a fucking super kicks the 1D they hit. Basically, Jimmy and Jay set up for Stereo Frog specials, but Reed obviously Reed pulls Jimmy out of the floor on Bronson on Braun Breaker. Basically, they did, and then Braun then goes to the floor, sets up for the spear, and he sends Jimmy through the fucking ringside, which was crazy. They did that basically. Reed then goes up for the tsunami on Jay, but Roman hits a Superman punch to stab him, and then follows up with a second one. Rains a Superman punch to knock Braun off the apron. Reed then gets Roman up for a Death Valley driver through the table, but he sees Jay, and Jay then goes for a spear, but Reed moves, and Jay spears Roman through the table, which was this is what Roman's really pissed about. But definitely again, not about that, more about, hey, I already told you not to come, and you still came. And that was enough for Roman to be set up for a tsunami for Bronson to get the win. Overall, a damn great match. What I'll say over again and again. A damn great match. Damn great match, definitely. We it was a damn great match. It was a damn great match, quite entertaining. The ending spot of the story with the Bronsons and all whatever is going on, or the story with Roman and the Usos, and Roman saying, "Hey, don't come out there," and Roman saying, "Hey, now I can't. The whole world thinks I can't do shit on my own. I love you, but I don't want to see you until Christmas. I told you not to come out here. I told you to do something for yourself. This is not like old times, man. This is not." So he's bringing it up, like. So it was really great to see stuff like that. Moving on. Yeah, I'm gonna put it out there. Definitely, hopefully this was the end for Reeves and Reigns, because I really feel like it should be, to my moderators or my friends out there, man. No, they do fucking agree, I guess. They do. Again, it was a great fucking match, and the story really building off of it. Roman being upset, say, "I don't want to see you until fucking Christmas" at the end of the day. So that'll be it for the whatever that was. The match was a great match. Already broke down it. Moving on. Again, as I said, this isn't like old times. This only works one way, and we do it separately. We don't do it together. I told you not to be out there. I can do this on my own. I can beat them on my own. I can beat him on my own. Which he was gonna lose anyways. So it's funny. Roman feeling like kind of let down, really. But it really proves to you that, hey, I mean, he was gonna lose. We know. I mean, the Usos kind of helped him out. I get it, but with the Usos didn't come out, Roman was gonna lose anyways. He was gonna lose. The advantage of fucking Braun Breaker, bro, brute. A guy who moves so quick and is so muscular, it will fuck Roman up at the end of the day. So Roman quite sound like a fucking hypocrite out here in this moment. Really, he did. He definitely did. He definitely sound like a fucking hypocrite out here of what he was saying. Like, of the whole world can can see I can do shit on my own. Yes, you can do shit on your own. It just proves you because you can't overcome fucking Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. You can't. You're not fucking Superman. You're God. You're like. I mean, you're not. Let's be real. I mean, you can't. You can't do that. It's fucking Braun Breaker. You're not gonna be able to do that. That spear fucking gave you a spear into your fucking stomach, basically, like a legit spear that fucking hurt your ribs, broke your fucking ribs, definitely. So, absolutely fucking understandable that Roman can't, you know, do shit like that. Moving on. Again, as I said, Roman can't. But again, him being quite hypocritical here, saying that hey, I can't do shit on my own. Yeah, bro, you can't do shit on your own. You can't do the shit on your own that you think you can, baby, dude. You can't. You generally can't. That's the truth. It's hard for you to admit it, but it's hard for you to admit it, but it's quite a determinant to what you think, man. You can't really do it, and you were gonna lose. You were gonna fucking lose, bro. You were gonna lose absolutely if your cousins didn't come out and save you. You were gonna lose. So you thank them. But again, they kind of costed you, so now he's even more pissed. So, it's quite the narrative story here. It's like, yeah, Roman is in the wrong here, but he's also in the right. It's both. It goes both ways. He's not all in the wrong. He's also in the right. He is definitely. I mean, yeah, kind of stupid if you didn't expect Bronson Reed to come out there or Braun Breaker to come out there. Whatever. You should have fucking expected that. That's kind of stupid of Roman to not expect that. He's not a visionary. He's not like Seth, so I will absolutely understand why he did not expect that. It makes a lot of fucking sense why Bronson Reed did not accept that or expect that. I mean, he should have expected that. He should have at the end. He should have expected it at the end of the day. He should have. If Roman's smart enough, he could have fucking expected it at the end of the day. He didn't really, so it's what it is. The whole story for whatever it is worth and what's part of it, but yeah, I mean, it calls you enough to understand this fucking story, bro. What should I say, really? Nothing more to say. Story is being told enough here to understand, hey, yeah, he's in the wrong, but he's also in the right. And he didn't expect whatever, and he thinks that he could have gotten the job done. And the Usos costed him. He was still gonna lose. The Usos didn't even end up helping him. Even if he would have won, I feel like he would have still been pissed at them, definitely. Now he's even more pissed at them. They think that I can do shit on my own. Yes, you can't. You can't overcome fucking Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker. That's true. You're not gonna overcome the Ozilla or the Godzilla, whatever the fuck he is, and Braun Breaker is who's the fucking Kong. It's Godzilla versus Kong basically. What's going on? You ain't gonna fucking overcome that, Roman. Okay, let's be real. So, the world think you can lose. You can't do shit on yourself. Yeah, you cannot fucking put over Godzilla and fucking or Kong basically. You can't. You can't. You can't because you're not that fucking powerful. You can't. It's not possible. So even though if they didn't come out, you still would have lost. That was gonna happen. But again, Usos costed him stuff. Couldn't really pushed him up again. You know, I don't want to see it all till Christmas. I love you, but I don't want to see it all till Christmas. And this is not like old times anymore. This is not like the whole old times. We're here to serve for families. I will do this on my own. I don't want any of your help. So Roman standing his toe for the hate. I don't want you to come out there. I can do shit on myself. And then basically making him look for the card. Hey, Roman's changing his ways. Really, he's saying I don't need anybody's help. I am the fucking badass. I can do shit on my own. I am who I am. I don't need anybody's help. So it was great to see that, definitely. That part of it. Moving on. Stephanie, Women's Crown Jewel Championship match. Women's World Champion La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. I'll call her more Hispanic name, huh? Or a Latina name, definitely. Stephanie, I would say. Women's World Championship match between World Championship match. WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship match between WWE Women's World Champion I would say WWE Women's El Es Mundo Campeote, whatever. Yeah, I'll say that right. La Primera, Stephanie Vaquer. Give me more Latin, Hispanic. Yeah, fuck out of here. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. Anyways, versus WWE's Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton from Minnesota. I don't know why the fuck it said Minnesota, but hey, whatever. Already went over this match, but let's break it down definitely for what it is. The match starts off with both women locking up and Vaquer hitting a fun face lockdown. Tiffany then clinches into the wrist lock. Vaquer then gets a reversal. Tiffany then clinches into the side headlock, and Vaquer responds with a wrist lock and arm wringer. Vaquer then clinches in an arm wringer, and as she holds onto the wrist, Vaquer then maintains the wrist lock, and Tiffany hits a cartwheel to escape. Vaquer then gets a roll up for the near fall. Tiffany then hits a sunset flip for the near fall. Tiffany then offers her hand, and Vaquer tries for a kick, but Tiffany blocks it and applies it for a side headlock. Tiffany then escapes. Escapes, right? It's quite back and forth here. The roll-ups, the cartwheels, the wrist locks, the ringers, all this shit was quite well done. I'll say produced, well done, fucking produced. Whoever produces, damn well done. Clinches the headlocks here. The Vaquer, the wrist locks, quite technical aspect. Cartwheel. Vaquer then gets a roll up for a near fall. Then Tiffany sunset flip for a near fall. Tiffany then offers her hand, and Vaquer tries for a kick, but Tiffany blocks it and applies a side headlock. Tiffany then escapes the corner and goes for that handspring back elbow, but Vaquer moves. Vaquer then hits some kicks, and she sets up the running double knee strike, which was fucking great spot. But Tiffany goes to the floor. Tiffany hits a drop kick, but Vaquer responds with a super kick. Vaquer then gets a near fall. Vaquer then blocks a sunset flip, she kicks Tiffany and hits a leg drop for a near fall. Vaquer then kicks Tiffany as she stomps on the elbow, which is a great spot right here. Tiffany then has a kick blocked, and Vaquer has Tiffany in a headlock with the leg trap. Tiffany then escapes and lands on her feet on a belly-to-belly suplex. Tiffany then hits a belly-to-belly suplex for a near fall. Tiffany then blocks a kick and hits a clothesline. Tiffany then hits a handspring back elbow into the corner, and she rolls through into the Alabama Sim for near fall. Vaquer then gets a near fall. Tiffany then gets Vaquer on her. Vaquer then hits a dragon screw and follow it up with a running double knee strike into the corner for a near fall. It's quite back and forth. I said all over here. The belly to belly suplexes for the near fall and the fucking handspring. Back elbow, the roll ups, the corner shit. This is a lot of fucking. It's quite well done of a match, really. Quite a well done steak, I would say. Tiffany, medium rare, definitely. It's well done. Not well done. It was a pretty solid ass great match. Tiffany then sends Vaquer to the apron, then exchanges forearms. Vaquer then hits a springboard move, and she misses Tiffany, but lands on her feet. Tiffany then hits a Falcon's Arrow backbreaker. Vaquer then stops Tiffany on the turnbuckle and hits a belly-to-back suplex. Vaquer then sets up for the Devil's Kiss, but Tiffany gets a roll-up. The Tiffany hits a trust kick, and she gets a near fall. Tiffany then goes to the turnbuckle, goes over for a swanton, but the Vaquer gets her knees up. Bakir then hits the Devil's Kiss. Bakir then hits the SVP for a near fall. SVP, not VP, sorry. Not VP, guys, VB. Stephanie Vaquer, I don't know what it's called. Brainbuster. Vaquer then gets with the butterfly gorebuster, but Tiffany blocks and hits finally a slam, but misses a previous moonsault. Vaquer then goes up on top, hits the twisting moonsault for the win. The spiral moonsault, where the fuck it's called, the spiral tap, what the fuck it is, for Stephanie. And it was a great showing for women. Again, one thing WWE did here was better than AEW would be, hey, we know there's no story built here. Let's not go over the top and let them have fucking great match to maybe try to fucking insult people's intelligence and say, hey, oh, they have a great match. That can just shut all the naysayers. No, it doesn't shut anything, bro. You need to tell a story, a build, to fans to care about a fucking championship match. It can't be Lee Moriarty and fucking, you know who, Adam Page. I love Adam Page. What the fuck was that? This was a damn great match. And then we got Triple H handing over the championship to her, and she cut a promo saying how much this means to her, which I'm assuming it does. Then we got a backstage segment with Paul Heyman and the Bronsons. Braun Breaker tells Bronson Reed that he beat Roman Reigns tonight. Paul Heyman then shows up and congratulations Reed for the victory. Paul then says when people talk about the vision of the future company, they talk about both of them. Paul then says, if for some reason Seth climbs to the top and faces the locker room and fills his arms in the he is fucking finished. He's done. His vision, all of it, goes away. Everything he's built around Seth is just done at the end of the day. So, definitely quite the aspect of it that people put out there. But still, that's what it was. It's quite the aspect of it, what I would say. So, it was a great little backstage segment we had here of, quite storytelling of Braun saying that, hey, you beat Mr. Bronson, you beat Roman. Congratulations, man. And he says that the vision, and Paul says the vision of the vision of the future of the company is looking great. Paul says all that shit, and then basically Seth stops and faces the locker room and flails his arms in the air, begs for them to come out, and it's what is that again? Marauder Cree. Anyways, and it's Marauder Cree. I couldn't fucking read that shit. My mask was a little blurry, but still, it's Marauder Cree and whatever. Like, don't fucking go out there. Do not even try to flame his hands. Do not. This is his singles match is him and Cody. He can do it on his own. He needs to prove that he can do it on his own. If he doesn't, you already know the fucking answer to that. So it was a great backstage segment here to what's gonna come in the future. AJ and Cena, man. AJ Styles and John Cena. The match starts up with both men looking up. AJ catches in Shallow that AJ holds up on the ropes, and Cena misses an arm drag. Cena then pinches in a side headlock. AJ then hits an arm drag and a drop kick. It was quite back and forth, quite fluid, and AJ was quite wrestling a TNA style, quite fast paced. A little TNA style, not fully, but still. Both men then lock up. AJ backs up to Cena in the corner. AJ then gives a clean break, but both men then lock up and Cena backstage in the corner. Cena then gives a clean break. Well, the fucking simping again. Both men go for a Greco-Roman knuckle lock, and Cena gets AJ up, but AJ gets to his feet, his forearm, and his flying clothesline in the corner. AJ then hits a snap mirror and a sliding forearm for a near fall. AJ then hits a flying clothesline at the corner, follows up with a snap mirror and a sliding forearm for a near fall. AJ then hits another clothesline at the corner and follows up with a snap mirror and a sliding near fall. It was quite the same fucking thing over and over again, kind of. It was. But it made it special for what it was. It was the greatest hits that they put out. Cena then hits the clothesline with the AJ for another clothesline. Then Cena hits a flying shoulder tackle and just follows up with the second one. AJ then kicks Cena and follows up with a series of strikes. AJ then misses the clothesline and Cena hits a Blue Thunder Bomb, which was a good shout out to Sami Zayn. We had a great fucking thing to put over with back 10 years ago almost. He didn't put him over, but I mean, whatever. And then Sami Zayn had a match with him, basically. Cena then hits a 5-9 shuffle. Then AJ gets up for the AJ then gets Cena gets AJ up for the attitude and hits it for the near fall. Cena then A gets AJ up again for that. AJ escapes and hits a Yoshigoroshi, but AJ appears to have hurt his knee. Cena then hits a skull-crushing finale, which is again the first another fucking one I mentioned here. Sami Zayn was the 10th one, so it's 10 fucking names here. 10 names, basically. 10 names, 10 wrestlers they call it. Triple H was gonna Sami Zayn. Gotcha. Anyways, great fucking homage to all these wrestlers, basically, in this match. We got Cena, some are retired, definitely. Sting and Daniels and Triple H. Cena then hits a stall freshing Falani for near fall. Then AJ rolls up apron, grabs him. Cena goes to the turnbuckle, sets up for a suplex, and Cena goes under and he gets on the shoulders for a torture rack into the 3 seconds and around the DDT for a near fall. AJ then goes for a Styles clash, but Cena rolls through and applies the STF. AJ then escapes and he applies a crossface. This is a match you can go back and fucking see all the time. You want to show this match to a wrestling fan, bro, who doesn't understand pro wrestling? This is a match you gotta show. It's incredible. It's the greatest hits. You can't argue this. AJ then goes for a style catch, but Cena rolls through, applies an STF. AJ then escapes and he applies a crossface. Then Cena rolls through and he applies a camel clutch. AJ then, which is again a good shout out to the Iron Sheik. And Cena being a heel. I'm kidding. Rusev. The accolade, whatever. And Cena escapes and he applies a Boston Crab, which Chris Jericho, I forgot about him. Jericho. And then they were like, this is not the Boston Crab, this is the Walls of Jericho. Michael was like, Y2J. And the crowd was fucking crazy with Y2J chants. And then clutches in calf pressure. Cena then escapes and goes for near fall, whatever. Cena escapes and goes for STF, locks it in. Cena then pulls AJ in the corner of the ring. AJ then hits a kick. Falls cash for a near fall. AJ then goes to the apron for the phenomenal forearm. Then Cena then catches AJ and hits him with a straddle for a near fall. Then Cena then waits for AJ and AJ escapes for attitude. So Cena then hits the Angel Wing. AJ then hits Angel's Wing. I think with Cena it also hit Angel's Wing, if I'm not mistaken. Quite on that, man. AJ hits the chop between both men, return to the punches. Cena then gets AJ up with his chop, and both return for the punches. Cena then gets AJ up and gets into his feet. Cena then sends AJ first to the mat. Cena then sets up for a pedigree, but AJ hits a dead eye and both men are done. Not a dead eye, the shout out to Frankie Kazarian, Fade to Black. So great fucking moment right there for great shout out to Frankie. AJ then gets a near fall, and then Cena sends AJ to the apron and hits a hanging DDT, the DDT. Cena then punches the mat and hits an RKO for a near fall. Cena then sets up for the running back, but he misses. AJ then hits a Death Valley driver for a near fall. AJ then looks around and he sets up for the 5-knuckle shuffle, but Cena pops up and grabs AJ by the throat. Hits a chokeslam for the near fall. A shot out at the Big Show, I think, not the Undertaker. The Undertaker was going to come up at the end. We're going to talk about definitely in the finish. So a shot at the Big Show. The crowd then chants for a 619, so Cena hits a drop toe hold. AJ then stops the 619 with the closer, which got boos, and the crowd was booing. That guy was fucking booing at the start. AJ then hits a Sweet Chin Music, which I forgot about. Another fucking show. Really great callbacks, man. Sweet Chin Music, the fucking, the Walls of Jericho, Accolade, the Coquina Clutch, the Stinger, the drop, Scorpion Death Drop, Skull Crushing Finale. I mean, we can go on, Pedigree, kind of. The Accolade. A lot of shit. 619 almost. Randy Orton's moves. Christopher Daniels, Angel's Wing. Great fucking shit, man. Great fucking shit. AJ then hits a kick and goes up for the apron. AJ sets up for a springboard 450 and hits it. AJ then sets up for a Sweet Chin Music and hits first near fall. AJ then hits a phenomenal forearm for a near fall. Then AJ gets up on his shoulders. Cena hits an attitude adjustment for a near fall. Cena then puts AJ on turnbuckles for a super attitude adjustment. But AJ hits elbows. AJ then sends Cena to the mat. AJ then hits a crossbody. Cena rolls through and gets AJ up for the tombstone. Cena then hits an FU for the win. Basically, FU to AJ. or an AA, whatever the fuck, one attitude adjustment. Really PG, what the fuck I care. We don't really care, but still. Was a love letter to professional wrestling. Homages and homages to a lot of talent that AJ has worked with and why he never would work with again, basically. Or great homages to AJ Woodsman and to Cena's career. Love to see shit like this. I would have included a Joe spot, like a Joe walk-in from Cena, basically AJ jumping off and Cena just walks off like Joe does. And the Kenny Omega winged angel for a little Bullet Club fucking reference they did, as in being the undisputed boss of the Bullet Club. Would have been a good callback, but again, who knows what happens with AJ Styles at the start of the year in February, because his contract does come up. We don't know. This was a great send-off, man, for both of these men. Both of these men laid out their careers, basically. You got TNA's AJ Styles in TNA gear and John Cena in WWE gear, and you had fucking them going out there and having a TNA versus TNA's AJ Styles, the dream match that everybody wanted, in AJ Styles wearing the TNA gear, basically. So it was a great fucking moment, a great part of the show. This is why professional wrestling is great. Masterclass moments. This was professional wrestling at its masterclass moments, and just unbelievable, fucking incredible, outstanding. What I would say, greatest hits you could pull off. Great fucking match, man. Awesome. It's just. I would just go back right now and see this match. How good it is. It's just how well done it's produced. It's how it really blends in and transitions. It really fucking matters. Cena then obviously shines into the dressing room where Michael Cole says, "Hey, the clock is ticking for this man AJ Styles who retires the next year," but it's Cena who has 4 dates remaining, and then Cena does the 4-date thing and then walks off. It's a great fucking thing from the tag team match. Rahio, I guess not Riho, Rahio, Riho and Rahio, whatever. The Eradicator, Rhea Ripley, and Genius of the Sky, I guess. Rhea and Sky. Rahio, Io Sky, Kabuki Warriors, the Empress of Tomorrow, and Asuka and the Pride Princess. This match starts off with Asuka and the Sane. It's a long ass match here. Asuka attacking Rhea and Io Sky. Kicks Asuka. Io then blocks the head scissors, and she sends Sane to the apron. Kicks her. Asuka then kicks Rhea on the apron. Sends Rhea. Asuka offers a hand, but Io kicks it, and Io then kicks it down. Takes it down to drop. Quite back and forth. Scissors. Head scissors shit started the match. Io then kicks Asuka in the corner. Io then forearms, basically hits some forearms, I would say. The referee then puts Io off Asuka when they get into the ropes. Asuka hits the back elbow, and Io hits a drop kick. Io then kicks Asuka against the ropes. Io then hits Asuka again, a chop against the ropes. Io then hits a suicide into Asuka. Sane then Kyrie then goes over and over Io but misses. Io then hits a forearm on Sane. Asuka then sends Io into the ring post and hits a kick. Quite heel shit. Asuka was doing the evil Asuka shit that she does, basically. So basically that was enough for you to understand here. Asuka goes for a suplex, but Io blocks it. Asuka keeps it. Whatever happens here. But Io hits a forearm on Sane, then avoids Sane. I'm pretty fast forwarding here, man. Because we're not in the mood of this shit more overall. But also, this was the weakest match of the night, definitely for me. I mean, not that great so far. Maybe, I don't know. But just I think that was. Maybe it was meant to be that way, I don't know. But it ended up being quite the weakest match. But the same punches. Asuka then puts Io into the 3 of woe, and then Sane tags in for double stomp. Quite back and forth, I'll go here. It was quite back and forth between them. Razor's Edge by Rhea Ripley sets up for the Razor Edge, basically. Io then hits a moonsault. We're gonna break it down at the end of it now, basically. Io hits with a moonsault, covers up Rhea Ripley, super kick with Asuka, and then to the floor. Asuka and Rhea then exchange forearms. Rhea then blocks some forearms and gains the advantage. Asuka then hits a black slide for near fall. Then both of them miss kicks. Rhea then hits a thrust kick. Then gets Asuka on her shoulder and hits the snake eyes. Rhea then goes to the turnbuckle and riptide to Sane, basically, and tags in Sane, tags in, and then pushes Asuka out of the way, and Rhea hits a boot on Sane, and then hits the riptide, and she tags in Io for the moonsault and for the win. So, quite predictable for what it was. We knew who were winning here. It's Rhea Ripley's fucking hometown, basically, and it kind of makes more sense for her to really win here. So, anyways, again, Asuka's a shit cunt. That was a fucking chant going all over. It's a pretty damn solid match. Damn good match. Solid ass match. Great showing. Great solid match, definitely. WWE Women's Crown Jewel Championship final match of the night. Divisions WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Seth frickin' Rollins versus undefeated WWE Champion, the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes. The match starts off with both men staring each other down and locking up, which again, story right here. And like, who's gonna go out? Both men then go around the ring. Cody then gives a clean break and clinches in the waist lock, but Seth gets a standing switch. Cody then escapes and sends Seth to the mat. Both men then lock up again. Seth hits a side headlock to take down Cody, then clinches into a side headlock, then hits a takedown. Seth then hits Cody, and Cody hits a delayed ghost gourd buster. Seth then tries to roll to the floor when he bumps into the referee and yells at him. Seth then goes to the floor. Seth then hits a forearm, and Cody fires back. Both men continue the exchange, and Seth hits some kicks, but he misses a stomp. Cody then escapes pedigree and then hits a drop down punch. Cody then clotheslines Seth over the top rope and the floor and drop kicks Seth on the front. Quite back and forth. The start of the match was quite the build up, basically, to their thing, their hate between each other. Seth throws some chairs and yells at Wade and pushes Cole. Cody then finally gets pissed at Seth. Is like, "You're not gonna fucking yell at Cole." He's like, "Are you okay, Cole?" Checks on Cole and Wade. Then Cody re-enters his table. Seth then hits a kick and sends Cody into the ring steps. Seth then sends Cody into the announce desk and he drops Cody on the ringside barrier. He pushes the stomp to the back for a near fall. Cody then hits some punches and some forearms. Cody then hits on an Irish whip. Seth responds to clothesline for a near fall. Seth then hits, but Seth kicks him basically, or whatever, and the kicks into power bomb near fall. Seth then works onto the shoulder. Seth works on the other shoulder. Cody Rhodes does the as we know. Cody Rhodes does the follow up neck break. Cody does the block up punch, and he punches Seth, then blocks a kick into a dragon screw. Seth then does a cartwheel around the Stardust pose, which is fucking, it's always gonna get a pop out of the crowd. Why would it not? For a four-leg lock, Cody then hits some jabs. Seth then hits a double leg down to the stop by an elbow. Seth then clinches in his figure four-leg lock. And we're fall. We're gonna go at the end of the match. Again, this was a damn great match, guys. For a figure four leg lock. Cody then tries to reverse the hold by rolling over, but Seth blocks it and gets another near fall. Then Cody then rolls over to reverse the hold. Seth immediately gets to the ropes to break the hold. Cody and Seth exchange forearms and punches as Seth hangs on the ropes, then drops Cody on the top rope, and Cody sets up for a vertebrae and hits it. Cody then hits more punches to Seth on a running forearm. Cody then floats into a corner and hits power slam. Cody then hits the beautiful disaster and throws some jabs and hits beyond the bionic elbow. Seth then goes to the floor. Cody hits a suicide dive. Seth then hits a Cody hits a fucking crazy. Cody hits for a near fall. Cody then sets up for a crossroads. Seth drops down and gets a near fall with a roll up. Seth then hits a kick. Then Seth hits a pedigree for a near fall. Cody then goes for the crossroads. Seth reverses and hits his own version of the crossroads for a fall. Then Seth misses a Phoenix Splash, but rolls through. Cody Rhodes misses a double jump Cody Cutter. Then Seth then hits a pedigree and stomp for a near fall. Seth then looks around and he goes for the Crown Jewel Championship. Seth walks past it and he takes his watch and puts it around his fist. Seth then thinks about. He really tried to work the fucking crowd right here with the story that we're trying to tell. So it's great to see. The crown, the kick and double fucking Cody Cutter. Seth then takes about it, puts the watch down. Cody then gives him a kick and double jump Cody Cutter. Then Cody then hits Crossroads for a near fall. What near falls for fucking Crossroads? Like, it's crazy how much near falls for Crossroads. Like, Crossroads is some like move that Seth keeps on fucking kicking out of, basically. Seth then crouches Cody Rhodes and places him in the Tree of Woe. Then Seth kicks Cody in the Tree of Woe position. Then Seth gets more kicks and referee warns him. Seth then goes to Turnbuckle for coast to coast headbutt. Seth then, because he really connects, and this is what we got to talk about the fucking injury on the Raw review coming up. Seth then hits a chop, and he goes up for top Falcon Arrow. Seth stops him, punches. Cody stops him, and Seth leads up for a Spanish Fly, which is fucking great. Then Cody, bro, Spanish Fly. It's fucking nearly perfect match. match. We're gonna talk about where it goes crazy. Unarranged for a near fall set, then goes to the turnbuckle, but Cody hits a punch and uppercut. Cody then goes to the apron, and he goes up to the toe, and then hits some punches, and he goes for a super crossroads, and he hits for a near fall. Cody then punches Seth, and Seth fails to the mat. Cody then hits more punches. Seth then responds with punches, and Cody then hits a forearm, and Seth punches back. Both men then continue to go back and forth. Both men the throw punches at the same time. Seth then hits a kick, and he misses a stomp. Then Cody hits a Kawada kicks. Cody then goes for the crossroads, and Seth hits a snap mare. Cody then hits a kick, and then he sets up for a pedigree. Seth goes through the legs. Watch Seth knocks the referee down. Did you go to the fucking top rope? Super cool crossroads you did? Yeah, that was insane. And Seth kicked out of that. Crazy. The legs, and Seth then knocks the referee down. Basically slow motion here, and we already went over Seth. That sets up the stomp. He hits a stomp, goes to turnbuckle, another stomp, and hits it for the win to get the pin, basically. Overall, that is for the show. This was a fucking great show, man. Definitely. Seth definitely needed to win. We're gonna go over Monday Night Raw, and we'll be going live tonight for that, definitely. So tune in for that. Whenever that's gonna happen, the Raw review will be there, definitely. SmackDown already went over. That was a damn good show, a damn great show, really good show. With SmackDown characters. Overall, love to see pro wrestling doing good, whatever. TNA put up a great show. This was a great show. This was honestly, to me, a top 3 of the year. Definitely pay-per-views and wrestling shows, basically, monthly. PLE or pay-per-views.